Hello everyone, I hope I am audible to you all. This is the last shift analysis that we are going to do today. 8th of April, second shift, last exam, and let us see how it was. If any of you are just out of the exam hall, please mention how was the exam, and I hope the level was okay. Till now what we have seen is physics very scoring, moderate, few questions, other you can say most of the questions easy. So let us see. Please mention in the comments if any of you are just out of the exam hall. Please mention how was the paper. Okay, yeah, so please mention how was the paper, how was the level of the paper, how was physics, chemistry, maths, and if any of you remember any of the question, please mention in the comments from today's paper. And yes, we are fetching the questions from the students. Soon the discussion we will start. By the way, the paper, you can say this is the last exam, so you don't need which type of questions will come for the further shift. That analysis is not needed for you all, but at least okay, you will have an idea what was asked if any of you want to see. Hello, Shraddha. Sir, remembered me, Vikram? Not exactly. Please mention. Yes, any of you just out of the exam hall, please mention about the exam. Please mention about how was the level, how was it. And yes, this is end of JEE Mains. Now you all, those who will be clearing the cutoff, eligible for the JEE Advance, will be appearing for JEE Advance, prepare for JEE Advance. Now this is the time to start your preparation for JEE Advance. If you have got decent score in mains, well and good, go for JEE Advance. So how you should start now? Many of you would have already done some preparation for advance. I have kept 53 questions in 6th April shift 2. Sir, physics is a lot easy. I got it because of you, Vikram. Oh, that's great, Vikram. And yes, if you have done 53 questions and most, if you can say like except few, if all of them are right, it will be a very good score. Okay, now start your 75.99 SC. Get any NIT mechanical engineering, mechanical, sir. For SC, I'm not sure actually. I need to check, then only I can say. Okay. Now, as I was saying that you have to start your journey for the JEE Advance. Now start your preparation of JEE Advance. Whatever remaining time you have right now with you, start JEE Advanced preparation. This is the right time. First of all, you may go through the PYQs of JEE Advanced just to see the varieties. Okay, see the varieties. From the JEE Advanced, if you see, 50% questions are doable. More than 50% questions, I'll say. 50% questions are doable, not very difficult. Few are very, very difficult. But yes, 50% questions, the matrix match kind of thing, the JEE Advanced asks. You see the 2024 paper, 2025 paper, all are doable. Any of you can solve them very easily. -4 microcoulomb charge placed at 12 I cap, 12 J cap, 24 K cap, another charge 2 microcoulomb placed at I cap, J cap, K cap. Find the force on -4 microcoulomb in terms of vector. Okay, if you remember this. Now in terms of vector we can easily write, let us see, let me tell you how you can write. If you have two charges, okay, if you have two charges, let us take, this is charge q1, this is charge q2, this is position vector r1, this is your position vector r2. Force on charge q2 will be in this direction. You know the magnitude, how much is that? F is equals to K q1 q2 divided by the distance between them square. Okay, And in which direction? That will be in this direction. What is this vector actually? This is R1 plus this is equals to R2. So this is R2 minus R1. So this is R2 minus R1. Okay. So this will be mod of R2 minus R1 cube into R2 minus R1. How I wrote? K Q1 Q2 divided by this square is the force, then a unit vector. What is that unit vector? R2 minus R1 divided by mod of R2 minus R1. So that is this. So this is how we can find that. Sir, remembered I have been panicking that no tough shift came till that time, and you said there a probability that all shifts can also be moderate. Okay. Yeah. Physics stuff. Somebody is saying, Ashwin was saying today physics was tough. Let us see. A solenoid of area 5 centimeter square, length 25 mm, where current changes from 2 ampere to 4 ampere in this much second, find the EMF. Okay, so I have to find what? A solenoid of area this, length is this, current changes this. Okay, there might be some loop also. Okay, whose flux is passing flux is passing through that solenoid. Okay, at any time t, the magnetic field due to the solenoid will be mu naught ni. Accordingly, we can find flux. Then del phi by del t will be the induced EMF in the loop, whatever loop you will place there. Does Black Mystery Bro is here? Black Mystery Bro, I don't think he will be here. Okay, because his exam is over. He was there in the last shift, so he mentioned how many questions he got right. Probability of a player. Okay, there is a probability question that is asked. Probability of a player A is this. Okay, probability of player B is this. If A has a winning probability of 1.3, B has a probability of win 1.7, then probability of win the tournament is. Okay, so our Deependra sir will come and he will take this question. Any other question in physics, if you remember? Any other question in physics? So we are fetching the questions from the students. By the time all the students, those who have given the JEE Mains exam, okay, now it's the right time to start your preparation for JEE Advanced. Okay, if you feel like you have qualified the cutoff and all, so start your preparation for JEE Advanced. Even if your JEE Mains marks are not that great, but if you qualify the cutoff, you are eligible for JEE Advanced. What is the problem? Okay, so if your JEE Advanced rank will be good and you are getting NIT, don't worry about this. Sir, Hindi mein bolo. This is an English channel, Ankit. So this is PWJ English. Now we are having a question on chemistry. So Gaura sir, it's over to you.
Good evening, friends. Ankit is saying, sir, Hindi bolo. I remember, Ankit, clearly. In the last session also, you were interested in Hindi. But beta, as you can see in the channel, this is meant for all the students who rather feel comfortable speaking in English. So I'm sorry. This is the purpose. We have to be compassionate about all the people with us. So have that compassion, my friend. Sambha is saying, sir, MHT, CET exam are coming. Yes, beta, I guess you are referring to Maharashtra CET. Beta, actually everything is based upon NCRT. So if you focus your attention on working on the concept, then whatever may be the examination, you just have to attempt the PYQs related to those examination. That's it. Anuradha is asking about, okay, Anuradha, maybe you are saying that there was a question from aldol condensation. So finally, guys, how was your paper? NT official is saying, sir, my percentile is not coming up to my mark. I got stuck. I don't know what to do. I did a lot of hard work, but still. So beta, I would definitely rather suggest that you should, I mean, speculate that what were the areas where you were falling back maybe, and come up with a solution by talking to your seniors, or maybe directly come to our batches and have that communication. So you have to work that thing out, beta, because ultimately post the war you have to undergo the introspection, that what was good, what was bad, and the pros and cons will definitely come up with an solution. Chalo beta, so how was your paper? Amit is saying, sir, हाँ beta, how was the paper? Discuss the paper, beta. We are just fetching the questions. I guess, yes, I have, I just write that question. We have got a question. Okay. Advait is saying, thank you, PWJE, for this amazing experience. Thank you, beta. See, thank you very much. And to help you till the end, we'll be continue doing that. So this is the last day. Just put all those questions that you have. I have got this one question from bonding, and the question says you have to compare the bond length. So I'm just not writing the question, I'm just directly telling you that they were asking to give you the bond length comparison between O2 maybe minus, between oxygen, O2. Just a second, guys. Hello. Huh. So I hope we are okay. So I hope we are there. Huh. So you just have to compare the bond length. Remember the same question. Where to send you the question, beta? Ayesh, just put that question in the comment section. Chalo. हाँ बेटा, even in MP it's raining. It's raining outside here also. So you have to compare the bond length between O2 minus, O2, O2 plus, and let's say O2 2 minus. This was the strict MOT question, the basic, the traditional MOT question. So for oxygen, we definitely know that first of all we fill sigma 1s, after that we fill sigma asterisk 1s, then we fill sigma 2s, then we fill sigma asterisk 2s. Although you do not write it even, because 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 electrons will be done, because plus 2 minus 2 plus 2 minus 2 will ultimately result in no bond order. But yes, after that sigma 2pz, then you fill pi 2px equals pi 2py, because for oxygen the standard MOT is followed, and after that you fill pi asterisk 2px and pi asterisk 2py. So sir, that what does this mean? This means you must have filled 2, 4, 6, 8, which have got cancelled, because bonding minus anti-bonding, it gives you the bond order. Now this is 10, this is 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15 and 16. So this we are doing for what? This we are doing definitely for oxygen. So these are all gone. So these 6 minus 4. So this is nothing. Oxygen is nothing but 6 minus 4. 6 minus 4 upon 2, which is definitely 2. So this we are calculating the bond order. I'm just giving you directly, I mean, this we know through chemical bonding, but still discussing it. So bond order of oxygen is definitely 2. You go by VBT also. This is just simple 2 bond order. As you have, let's say O2 2 minus. So definitely you can predict that both the oxygen will gain 1 electron, and bond order will definitely come out to be 1. And according to MOT also, I'll be filling 2 extra electrons in the anti-bonding molecular orbital. So this will rather become 6 minus. Now, okay, this was 6 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 minus 2. I'm sorry. This is 6 minus 2. So 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 upon 2 is definitely 2. Yeah. After filling those extra 2 electrons, this becomes 6 minus 4. And 6 minus 4 is definitely 2. And 2 by 2 is bond order 1. So we definitely know this has a bond order 1. Now, moving to, sir, if I have only 1 electron, then beta, it is 6 minus 3. That upon 2, that is 1.5. And what about this guy, sir? It has been removed with 1 electron. So this will rather be 6 minus 1. So it will be 5 by 2. And 5 by 2 is obviously 2.5. So you tell me who has the highest bond order? Sir, highest bond order is of O2 plus. So this has got highest bond order. That means minimum bond, highest bond order, and highest bond order as in minimum bond length. Post that we have O2. Post that we have with 1.5 O2 minus and highest will be O2 2 minus. Although you do not do this by you do not have to do this by calculation of MOT. You can simply predict it using VBT. So I guess I will be having that question also over here. Nah, chalo. So question is still getting typed, so no worries. But let me see, maybe you will be acha. So Varma is saying, sir, O2 plus, perfect Varma, perfect. So O2 plus, then O2, then O2 minus, and then definitely 2 minus. So this will be the order of bond length. This was not a question, beta. Obviously, these are some memory based questions. Obviously, there can be some permutation and combination. Okay. So I guess I have one more question from chemistry. Let me just check. Yeah. So just give me a second, guys. Yeah, I guess I have those questions with me for you. Yep, I got them. So one of the student was saying, sir, nahi aaya tha. So beta, obviously 6th April Shift-2. Yes, Vikram, we had exactly the same questions. Yeah, 6th April second shift. So discussing the paper, that's why helps you a lot, because it gives you a direct idea that where NTA is finding interest in. You also helped a lot in. Okay, thank you, Vikram. Chalo. So this was the question, and I hope we have already got the answer. So which option shall be our answer? Because O2 plus has highest bond order, so bond order is highest, so bond length will be minimum, so O2 plus will be minimum. We have to give increasing order, so obviously O2 plus, then O2, then O2 minus. Option 3 is beautifully your answer. Now, okay, so we are having one more question. The question is, compound X formed by benzene by reacting with this CRs, and a compound Y is formed by benzene by adding ethanoyl chloride in presence of anhydrous AlCl3. So what will be X and Y? Okay, I'll be just taking that question. Beta, see, it is just a question of of electrophilic aromatic substitution, because benzene is electron rich. You just have to check that electrophile and directly add that electrophile. Benzene with CO2 and HCl will fetch you benzaldehyde. Rather, it would not be CO plus HCl, beta. It will be CO, not CO2 but CO, because that will give you Gattermann aldehyde synthesis. So it will give you benzaldehyde, and benzene, then you are saying with ethanoyl chloride, will give you benzoyl chloride, will give you benzene substituted with CH3CO group. So that will be Friedel-Crafts acylation, and the other one will be definitely the corresponding aldehyde, which is benzaldehyde. So I guess Anuradha, if that was the question, so X and Y are these aldehyde and the corresponding ketone. Chalo, moving to the next question that we have. The question is from atomic structure. The question says you are given with lambda 1 and lambda 2, and you definitely have to find the ratio of energy. So a simple question from atomic structure. The question says energy packet ratio, sir. Energy packet is equal to Hc by lambda. So what will be E1, sir? Because it is H and C is constant, so E1 by E2 will be nothing but lambda 1, and in the numerator you'll be having lambda 2. So sir, this energy ratio is simple. Lambda 1 is, I guess this was the question. It was a really easy one, and lambda 1 is definitely 3000. So this is simply 2:1, because if we are finding the ratio of energy, then we just have to do the division of the energy packets. So a simple easy one. Yeah, Varma, Gattermann and Friedel-Crafts acylation. Perfect. Chalo. So I guess next Deepen sir is ready with mathematics question. So Deepen sir, over to you.
Hello, hi, namaskar everyone. Just give me a quick update. I hope I'm clearly audible and visible. And here we are with the first question from your mathematics section. This says 3, 4, 8, 9, 13, 14 up to 40 terms is of course a sequence where 10 beta to the power alpha by 1020 is the root of this equation. Okay, then a value of an expression is asked. Okay, that's great, Aditya. In that, amazing. Now with that, when I move ahead with this discussion, I hope you can see this 3, 4, 8, 9. So I hope you can see 3 plus 1 is 4. Then 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. Then again 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 plus 1 is 14. So are you seeing or are you noticing something? I hope you must have noticed. If I break this alpha into two parts, where I talk about this 3, I hope you are paying attention to this 3, then 3 plus 5, 3 plus 5 is 8. I hope you are understanding that. 8 plus 5, I hope you are noticing. 8 plus 5, I hope you are paying attention to that. That is again how much? 13. So I hope this is NAP. And there when you focus on the other terms, 4 plus 5, that's 9. 9 plus 5, again that is 14. So I hope you must be noticing if there are total 20 terms, sorry, 40 terms, I think 40, yes. So 20 terms are there in the first AP and the remaining 20 terms are there in the second AP. I felt a difficulty with the maths and physics is for everyone. Yes, it is for everyone. That is always for everyone. So with that, when I solve this particular part, I hope you are paying attention. The sum of these two different APs, when it is done, I hope you get the final result. Because when I do this, n by 2, so 20 by 2 is 10 times double A, which is 6 plus n minus 1, that is 19. D, what is D? That is 5. Everyone comfortably getting this? All the participants. This sum will again be n by 2. 2A, that is 8 plus n minus 1, that is again 19 into D, which is again 5. Everyone getting this comfortably, all the participants. I hope there is no confusion on that. So if I add this, I hope most of you are clearly getting that if I take this 10 common, what am I left with? I hope you're paying attention to this. Here, 6 plus 8, that is 14. And with that, 19 into 5 into 2, because it is added twice. Everyone with me on this? So 19 into 2 is how much? 5 into 2 is 10. So that should be 190. And 190 plus 14 clearly gives you 204. And 204, when it's 10 times is done, it gives you 2040. So alpha is nothing but 2040. Everybody with me on this? So if somebody says 10 beta to the power alpha by 1020, so it is 10 beta to the power 2040 by 1020. So it's double. So 10 beta to the power 2, which is 10 square beta. So 10 square beta is the root of this quadratic. Okay, which quadratic, students? I hope you are focusing. That quadratic is given as x square minus x minus 2 is equals to 0. Splitting the middle term gives you what? X square minus 2x plus x minus 2 is equals to 0, which means two roots are going to be what? Plus 2 and minus 1. If it says that this one of the roots of this quadratic is 10 square beta. Beta is a natural number or real number. Beta is a real number, so 10 square beta can never be negative, which means 10 square beta is going to be 2. So we have cracked that 10 square beta from here is going to be 2. Perfect, brilliant. With that, if now I talk about positive values only because we are asked sine square beta and cos square beta. So I need not put much focus on that. I'll simply say that here, let's not get into the details of sign scheme. Let's simply say that 10 beta I'm taking as plus root 2. And with that, I hope you're getting it. If this is beta, 10 is perpendicular upon base. So root 2, 1. So root 2 square is 2, 1 square is 1, 2 plus 1 is 3. So hypotenuse should be root 3. With that, now if I wish to write sine square beta, can you help me with sine square beta? That is perpendicular upon hypotenuse 2 by 3. I hope no confusion on that. Plus 3 times cos square beta. Base upon hypotenuse, so it is 1 by 3, but square, so it should be 1 by 3. But 1 by 3 into 3 is 1. Everyone comfortable with that? So 2 by 3 plus 1 is 5 by 3, which means option A was your correct answer. Everybody got this? Everybody understood this? Sir, could you please tell me the important chapters in physics, chemistry and math for JEE Advanced? In JEE Advanced, there are no important chapters. All these chapters are important. They'll ensure that they ask everything from every chapter. So there is no important chapter. Great. Physics was moderate to tough, so great. Thank you so much for telling us that. Let me invite Sumit sir now. Possibly he might be ready. So let me just ask whoever is ready, then we can ask them to come and join. So I think Sumit sir is ready. So let me just ask whether he's joining or not. So if he joins, I'll be ending it from my end. Great. So that's brilliant, students. Good to have you all. Keep responding, keep interacting, and keep participating. It's good to have you all. So I think Gaurav sir possibly be joining. Let me receive a response. Whoever is available, I'll be. Okay, so Sumit sir is ready. He'll be there in a while. I am ending it from my end.
कर दीजिए. With the first question of physics, let us begin the physics part. Yes, where it is. Yeah, this is the question. A balloon is moving with speed 10 meter per second in upward direction, okay, at a height of 75 meter. When the balloon is at a height of 75 meter, okay, here the balloon is, a stone is released. Now when the stone is released means you released it with respect to balloon. It means this stone will be having a velocity in the upward direction 10 meter per second. When you release it, it will have a velocity in the upward direction. Now the total distance traveled. What is the distance traveled by the stone? Stone will go like this, reach the maximum height and then come back. How much will be the maximum height from here? If I say this height, this will be u square by 2g, isn't it? How much it is? 10 into 10 divided by 20 means 5 meter. Clear? So this is 5 meter, 5 meter. Going 5 meter, coming back 5 meter means 10, 10 plus 75, 85. Okay, 5 plus 5 plus 75. Total is 85. Okay, so now this was the simple question in physics. Now Gaurav sir will be coming. Distance of balloon when stone reached ground. Yeah, this is what is this. Total distance covered by the balloon, okay, from here till here, like that. Let us see if Gaurav sir is ready with some question. Okay, yeah. Sir, 125. No, 125. 5 going up, 5 here. 5 plus 5, 10 and this 75. That is 85. Okay. So, now, okay, anyways, let us see if we have any other questions in physics. Yeah, I got a question in physics now. Let us discuss this. The charge, two charge particles were given, the positions were given, distance of balloon from ground at the instant when the stone reaches ground. When the stone reaches the ground, the balloon is at, okay. It was asked for the balloon, you are saying. Oh, okay. I got it. Here we are finding, I don't know, this is memory based, so it might be like this. Yeah, somebody told like actually the thing, yeah, thank you. So somebody is mentioning this is not what was asked, okay, in this question. Somebody mentioned that this is not what was asked in this question. What was asked is we need to find the distance of the balloon from the ground when it will reach. A balloon is moving at height 75, the distance traveled by stone. This was not what was asked, okay. Somebody mentioned, thank you for telling, so distance of the balloon. If you find distance of the balloon, okay, let us do this. Now let us do this. I don't know if that is the exact thing. Let us make change in the question then. Distance traveled or distance, let us change the question. Distance of the balloon, it was yeah, balloon only, yeah, balloon from ground when stone reaches ground. Somebody told this is what was asked. If this was asked, let us take initially the stone was here at 75 meter. You threw the stone, it went like this, then came back. This was 5 meter. Okay, now from here to fall 5 meter, 1 second. 1 second here, 1 second here. How much total time from here to fall? How much distance? 75 plus 80. So 80 is equals to half g into t square. This time comes out to be 2 root 2. So the time this takes is from here, okay, this plus this. So 1 plus 2 root 2. This is the time the stone takes to fall from here. Is it clear? 580, it is equals to half GT square. Yes, and this got cancelled. Okay, not half. Why this 0 I cancelled? This will be not 2 root 2. This will be 16. Yeah, t square is basically 16. Half GT square it was. So this is getting cancelled. T comes out to be 4 seconds. So this time for stone is 1 plus 4 is 5. So 4 seconds from here to here, 4 seconds. Okay, 1 second in this journey. In 5 seconds, where the balloon will reach? The balloon was here. The balloon was here when it was. In 5 seconds, how much where it will reach? It will reach somewhat here. How much distance it will cover? It is moving with 10 meter per second. It means it will cover 50 meter. Okay, so for the balloon it will be 75 plus 50. Okay, d balloon is equal to 75 plus 50, that is 125 meter. Okay, this was a memory based question, somebody told us, but here it is clarified that it was for the balloon. Now it is clear. Okay, now another question on physics that we have received is the charges question. 2 charges were given. I don't know the coordinates of the charges because this is a memory based question. The coordinates of the charges are not certain. Okay, somebody mentioned here only, I picked that question. 2 charges minus 4 coulomb at this point and another charge 2 microcoulomb at this point. Find force on minus 4 microcoulomb in vector form. First of all, let us understand the concept. Let us take this is charge q1, this is charge q2, this is position vector r1, this is position vector r2. Now, I need force on q1 due to q2. Okay, that force will be in this direction, considering both are positive. When positive, negative will come, a negative sign will come when I will multiply. Don't worry about that. What is this vector? What is this vector? This plus this is equals to r1. So this is r1 minus r2. Okay, so when I write the force, magnitude of the force k q1 q2 divided by r square. What is that? Mod of r1 minus r2. Mod of r1 minus r2 square. This is the magnitude of the force. Multiply with the unit vector r1 minus r2 divided by mod of r1 minus r2. So this is basically the force on charge 1 due to 2. Okay, let us write it again. K q1 q2 r1 minus r2 divided by mod of r1 minus r2 cube. Now put the values. Okay, what is k? 9 into 10 to the power 9. What is q1 and q2? Minus 4 microcoulomb and 2 microcoulomb. Product is 8 into 10 to the power minus 16. Minus sign is also there, negative will come there. Okay, then k q1 q2, okay, into r1 minus r2. What is this is my r1, this is my r1 and this is my r2. If I do r1 minus r2, that will become 12 minus 1 is 11 I cap plus 12 minus 1, that is 11 j cap. 24 minus 1 is 23 k cap. Okay, divided by the magnitude of this, that will be root of what is that, r1 square plus this square plus, okay, x square plus y square plus z square. Okay, like that. 23 square whole cube. Now this is the answer. Tonight you put marks versus percentile all shifts. We will make a video on that. Total time of flight 5 seconds. Yes, it was 5 seconds. Getting it? This is the thing, and if you do the calculations here, I hope we will get this. But this is a memory based. We are not sure about the coordinates. They may be slightly here and there, but anyways, this is the question. This was the question conceptually. Now, Gaurav sir is there with us. Sorry, Deependra sir will join with us in some questions and maths.
Okay, so I hope we are live and I'm clearly visible and audible to all the participants. Here we have received another question. I hope you all can see this right there on the screen. It says you are given alpha sine inverse of 6 by 11 whole times 3 and beta 3 times cos inverse of 9 by 16. Okay, so 6 by 11 close to 6 by 12, 9 by 16 close to 9 by 18. Now there you got to play a lot with the data. So first of all, I'll play with 6 by 11. So first of all, when you calculate it, 6 by 11, when you talk about 6 by 12, so 1 by 2. So 6 by 11 and 6 by 12, of course 6 by 11 will be greater. And when you compare it with root 3 by 2, root 3 by 2 is even greater. Now we know sine inverse is a strictly increasing function, which means here 6 by 12 is 1 by 2, this is 6 by 11, this is root 3 by 2. So if I take sine inverse on all the three sides, the sign of this inequality still remains same. Everybody getting this comfortably. Now with that, what I'm saying is that if I multiply all the sides by 3, so this is 3, and this is also 3. But 3 times sine inverse 6 by 11, what was that? That was alpha. So alpha here lies between some values. Which values? Sine inverse 1 by 2, that's of course your 30 degree pi by 6. So 3 pi by 6 means pi by 2. And here, this is root 3 by 2, your 60 degree, that's pi by 3. Pi by 3 into 3, that's pi. So I have cracked that alpha is a value which lies between pi by 3 to pi. Everybody got this? Now let's talk about cos inverse 9 by 16. So cos inverse 9 by 16. So 9 by 16 and 9 by 18, I hope you clearly know that this is 9 by 18, denominator is greater, this fraction will be lesser. So with that, 9 by 16 is greater. There, when I compare, I hope you remember cos inverse is a strictly decreasing function. So there, if I take cos inverse on both sides, this sign changes. I hope 9 by 18 is nothing but 1 by 2. But there, again, I'm given 3 times of this. So if I multiply it by 3 on both the sides, this is what I get. Everyone understanding this comfortably, all the participants. So there, all I'm saying is that here, 3 cos inverse 9 by 16 here. This is what? This is nothing but your beta. And this beta is given to be less than 3 cos inverse 1 by 2. What is 1 by 2, students? We all know. Sir, 1 by 2 is clearly your 60 degree for cos. So here it should be pi by 3. Pi by 3 into 3, that's pi. So beta is going to be less than pi. Now, when we talk about this information which we are given, cos alpha will be negative. Okay, let's verify this. Cos alpha will be negative. Pi by 2 to pi. So alpha is in the second quadrant. Pi by 2 to pi, second quadrant. And here in second quadrant, yes, we see cos alpha to be negative. So statement 2 is absolutely correct. Cos alpha plus beta. Let's talk about alpha plus beta. I hope you remember beta is less than pi. Beta is less than pi. Of course, beta, if it is less than pi, so beta could be greater than what? If you talk about that data, I hope that information also you can work out here. 9 by 16 is of course less than what? It is clearly less than 1, because here if you are going to take its cos inverse, it will of course be less than 1, because cos inverse has the domain from -1 to 1. So I hope there is no confusion on that. So here all I'll simply say is that here this cos inverse 1 I would take. I hope no confusion on that. So this will be 3 cos inverse 1. I hope there is no confusion on that data. And 1 means what? 0. Cos inverse 1 is 0 because cos 0 is 1. So 0 into 3, that's 0. So beta first of all is between 0 to pi. Does that make sense? I hope there is no confusion on that data. So beta is between 0 to pi. So here if I add both of these values, alpha plus beta, what do I get? Alpha plus beta, I get pi by 2 to 0, that is pi by 2, and pi plus pi, that is 2 pi. Comfortable everyone, or shall I repeat this part? Pi by 2 to 0, that's pi by 2, and that is pi plus pi 2 pi. So it is pi by 2 to 2 pi. Pi by 2 to 2 pi means what? I hope you're understanding. That's where you have pi by 2 and this is your 2 pi. So I hope no confusion on that, that your cos alpha plus beta could be in either second, third or fourth quadrant. It all depends. Everybody with me on this, all the participants, I hope there is no confusion on that. With that, they say that cos alpha plus beta is positive. I will say that, sir, cos alpha plus beta is positive in the fourth quadrant, but it is negative in the second and third quadrant. Then I'm not sure whether it will be positive or negative. So I cannot surely say that statement 1 is true or not. So I'll say statement 1 is false, statement 2 is correct, and with that, you will say, only statement 2 is correct, option C is the correct option. Everybody got that? From there, when I move ahead, what do we see next? Another question. A person has 3 different bags. Mind you, students, different bags and 4 different books. The number of ways in which he can put these 4 books in the bag so that no bag is empty. So if I have bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, remember, I have bag 1, I have bag 2, and I have bag 3. Remember everyone. So in how many ways can I arrange them? So whichever bag I I have total 4 books. So with these 4 books, the only possibility is no bag should be empty. So one book is given to each of them, and then any one book can be rewarded or given to any bag. So with that, the only possible combination will be 2-1-1. Of course, this 2-1-1 could be 1-2-1 or 1-1-2. Now it depends on the books as well. So I hope you remember distribution and division is what I'm using. So division means what? 4 books. 4 books are to be distributed into the groups of 2-1-1. That can be done in 2 factorial into 1 factorial into 1 factorial. Everybody remember that? I repeat, 4 books are to be distributed into the 3 groups of 2-1-1. So that is done in 2 factorial, 1 factorial, 1 factorial. Here this 1 factorial, this size is repeated twice. So I got to divide this region by another 2 factorial. But here there are 3 bags, 3 different bags, bag 1, bag 2, bag 3. So division, now distribution comes into picture. So this combination can be distributed in 3 factorial ways. So there you append 3 factorial as well. Give me a quick update on this. Everybody understood this? Or shall I re-explain this part, all the participants? Are you all there, listening, watching, and understanding whatever I've done so far? And I hope after calculating this, you will definitely get the final answer. Let me hand it over to Gaurav sir, who must be ready with the next part. So let me ask Gaurav sir, is he available? So if he joins, I'll be handing it over to him. Great, great, great. So tonight you put marks versus percentile. Definitely will do it. Definitely will do it. Okay, so Gaurav sir is ready. I am ending it from my side.
Yes, today is the end, and finally from tomorrow you have to be vigilant that whether you are going to prepare for your advanced examination, or rather you should invest your time in other examination like BitSet or others, because ultimately whatever the universe has planned for us, we have to act accordingly. So it will be rather advisable to have a informed decision. So yes, I was reading that comment that, sir, when you are done with the paper, okay, Venkat has just put that comment. Sir, tonight you put marks versus percentile. So Venkat, as soon as we compile that data, we'll be coming out with that analysis. So don't worry. Chalo. Moving to the next question that we have for chemistry. The question says from electrochemistry, a basic question. If you go to the top 40 questions of our live section of chemistry, then I had told that this will be a question from electrochemistry. It was asked in previous session also, and here also, sir, we know potential is not amount dependent, so rather it is intensive, so you can't do the mathematical justification with it. But yes, work done is extensive. On addition it will get added, on subtraction it will be getting subtracted. So just you have to apply that delta G and E naught relationship. So let us write the E naught, which is a reduction potential for Fe plus 2 gaining 2 electrons and forming that metallic Fe. The potential is given out to be x volt, but I am writing here delta G of this reaction. Let's say this is delta G1. So when will you start teaching JEE Advanced? Beta, there has been just a modification because many students are just giving this 8th April, so they must be very curious in the planning and execution, that whether they'll be focusing their attention in advance or other mains. So that's why the Prayas JEE English and Arjuna JEE English, the date is extended till 20th of this month. So once we are started with our batch, obviously we'll be coming up for the advanced discussion as well, for all the help that you guys require. Chalo, moving to the question. So sir, this is what the reaction we have given and represented in terms of Gibbs free energy change. Why? Because delta G naught is rather an extensive quantity, so we can add and subtract. Whatever we do with the reaction, we can do the same with the operator, delta G operator as well. Now, what is the reduction potential for this half? Sir, for ferric ion getting 3 electrons and producing the metallic iron, let's say for this reaction, the Gibbs free energy change, let us represent it as delta G2. Now, once you first of all, let us not add or subtract this reaction, and let us directly come to what is asked in the question. So we are asked to give us the value of Fe plus 2, 2 plus Fe plus 3. So this is not reduction potential, guys. This is, they are asking us the oxidation potential. And this oxidation potential they are asking in volt. So but to us it will not matter. Why? Because we just have to tell that ferrous ion giving ferric ions, then definitely it has to give electrons. So this is oxidation potential. But because this is question, so they are asking us. Now, so we have to give this oxidation potential. Let's say for this reaction delta G is delta G naught 3. Now can you tell me how to relate delta G naught 3? Yes sir, I need ferrous ion in on the left side. Where do I have ferrous ion, sir? In the first equation. So take delta G1 naught with the positive sign as in exactly that relation. But now subtract the complete reaction. Why? Because ferric ion will be going that side. So this is just minus delta G naught 2. Now, what is the relationship between delta G naught and E naught cells? So it is minus NF that E naught. So minus of, what is the number of electron transferred in this reaction? So 1. So minus 1 into F into, this is my desired E naught. So let us write as E naught. This equals, for delta G1, this is minus, what is the value of electron transferred? So 2. So this is minus 2 F. What is E naught for this? For this it is given out to be X volt. Minus for delta G2 beta, number of electron transferred is 3. So minus 3 F. And what is E naught for this half? Sir, it is Y volt. So let us write it as Y. So obviously we can now simplify. F gone, minus gone. So what we have E naught equals 2x. This minus still remains. So minus 3y. So this is simply 2x minus 3y. Yes, there may be a case they would have asked reduction potential. Maybe this is a typo error, or sir, it won't make any difference. What we have to report, sir, the opposite answer. Because I guess someone is saying, sir, reverse. Okay, so if at all, like Bolpan is saying, sir, Fe plus 3 to Fe plus 2. So if reduction was asked, then definitely opposite of this will be the answer. Then in that case, 3y minus 2x will be your answer. 3y minus, okay, over here, they have not presented it as an option, but obviously this will be a common sense. So obviously, if this was the question, option A is our answer, but the logic remains the same. Now, moving to, sir, the similar question they have, beta. So Bopan, I answered, if it is a reduction potential, then we just have to reverse the reaction and do the mathematical operation accordingly. I felt difficult, maths and physics, everyone felt the same. Okay, DH Jha. Okay, chalo beta. So the same question we had in the in the January attempt also. I guess NTA has done both the answers correct, 3 also and 6 also, because they were having the case of stereoisomers. But now they have rectified that theoretical problem, and they are telling you have to give us all the stereoisomers as well. So first, for this bromination of alkane, let us draw the possible structural isomers. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon main chain with methyl on the second carbon. So this is 4 carbon main chain with methyl on the second carbon. Now we have to decorate this alkane with halogen. And what is my halogen? Sir, halogen is bromine. So what are the possibilities? I can put that single bromination. So bromine can come here. Name will be 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 1 bromo, 3 methyl butane. Bromine can come here as well. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, as in 2 bromo, 3 methyl butane. Bromine can come here as well. So it will be another structural isomer, 2 bromo, 2 methyl butane. And at last, here also, it will give the same IUPAC name, which will be 1 bromo, 2 methyl butane. So these are my structural possibilities. Yes, Varma, but they are asking us to tell us about the stereoisomers as well. So let us find out what is that, what is the chiral carbon present. Where is the chiral carbon present? So let us find that chiral carbon. Do we have any chiral carbon? No. You just have to check if a carbon is having two atoms of the same kind, like this is having CH3, this is having 2 methyl groups, so not optically active, CH2, CH3, so no. So this will give you just one of the structural isomer. What about this one? Yes, sir. This one. Let us check this one. One is having methyl, one is bromine, one is this isopropyl group, and one will be hydrogen. So this is definitely optically active. So one will be dextro, one will be levo. So that will be second isomer. This will be the third isomer. What about this guy? No, sir. So this is also having no chiral carbon. So this will be my, okay, not third, because three I have taken over. So this will be my fourth structure. No possible stereoisomers. And coming to the last one, yes, because of bromination at this carbon definitely you can see has become chiral, because one is methyl, one is bromomethyl, one is ethyl, and one will be hydrogen. So this is again optically active. So a dextro and a levo isomer enantiomer will be existing, which will be the fifth isomer and sixth isomer. So total how many isomers including stereoisomers we are having? Sir, definitely answer is simply 6. I hope this was the same question in the January attempt. Perfect. Varma is also. Sir, when you leave beta, Abdul, I answered for advance. We are starting with Prayas JEE and Laksh JEE English from 20th. So, and post the start of our main batches, the JEE English batches, we'll be coming up in the YT, in the YouTube for with the advanced discussion also. If we are getting those many requests, so keep putting that thing on the comment section, then we'll be definitely planning beta. है ना? चलो. Chalo. So Abdul, I answered. Moving to, okay, so this is it. These are the two questions I was having from chemistry. Now I guess Sumit sir is ready. So I'm ending. So Sumit sir, over to you.
Hello students, we have some more questions. In physics. This is a logic gate based question, simple question. Let us read it out. For logic gate shown in the diagram, find output Y for the given input A and B. So what is the given input? This is input A and B, and in terms of A and B we have to find output. This is A, so here it will come A. This is B, and here it is B, here it is A. It's AND gate, so it is A into B. This is also A into B. So here I am getting A into B, and here A into B. Now this is a NOR gate. First take OR, then take NOT. So first take OR, this is the OR, then take NOT, this is the NOT. Now what is AB plus AB? AB plus AB is AB only, always. So this is just AB bar, which means A bar plus B bar, which is second option. Next question is two photons of wavelength lambda 1, lambda 2. Okay, lambda 1, lambda 2 are related like this, and they are striking a you can say striking a metal surface, and the kinetic energies for them are K1, K2 respectively. We need to find what is the work function of that metal surface. Okay, so how we relate kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is equals to energy of the photon minus the work function. This is how we relate. Okay, let us go one by one. For step 1, the kinetic energy is K1. What is K1? K1 is 3K. So 3K is equal to Hc divided by lambda 1. What is lambda 1? Lambda 1 is 2 lambda. So Hc by 2 lambda minus phi naught. This is the first equation. Now second equation for the second case. Kinetic energy for the second case is my K2. What is K2? K2 is K. So K is equals to Hc divided by, what is lambda 2? Lambda 2 is lambda only, lambda minus phi naught. This is second equation. I need phi naught in terms of Hc and lambda, so I can replace K from these. Okay, so I can say Hc by lambda minus phi naught into 3, this into 3 is equals to Hc by 2 lambda minus phi naught. Now solve it. 3 Hc by lambda minus 3 phi naught, Hc by 2 lambda minus phi naught. Now what it is now? 3 minus 1 by 2 will be equal to 5 by 2. So 5 by 2 Hc by lambda is equal to this. It will become 2 phi naught. 2 phi naught. So phi naught comes out to be 5 by 4. 5 by 4 Hc by lambda. Second option. Okay. Now we have two more questions in physics with us. Let us take them. Two more questions. I think one question is on units and dimensions, which is easy because the dimensions that are asked there are from class 12th. And then the next question is on, let us see which was the topic of the next question. Okay, yeah, this we have done. Now, yeah, this is on oscillations. A block attached to a spring has natural frequency f1. If the spring is cut into two equal halves, only one half is connected. On the block, the frequency becomes f2. We need what is the ratio of f1 by f2. If you cut a spring from half, what will be the spring constant of the remaining half? Twice, isn't it? Because spring constant is inversely proportional to length. So when the natural length was L, spring constant was K. Now natural length is L by 2, spring constant will be 2K. Here if I write the time period 2 pi root of m by k, the frequency is 1 by 2 pi root of k by m. Here this was my f1. Here if I write f2, 1 by 2 pi root of k will become 2k divided by m. I need f2 by f1, that comes out to be root 2 is to 1. Third option, easiest of the questions. Sir, is 130 marks enough to clear cutoff? You are talking about general category? Yes. I think 130 marks should be enough to clear cutoff. But let us see how much it will come. Exactly. The physical quantities H is expressed in terms of permittivity of free space, that is epsilon naught, electric field, E, position x and time t. So I have to relate H, x, epsilon naught, E, t. So if you put the physical quantities dimensions there and then you solve for P, Q, R, S, you will not be able to reach the answer. So if you remember any formula relating these physical quantities, then it will be helpful. I know that the magnetic force is BVQ and electric force is E into Q. They are dimensionally equal. B, we know that is mu into H into V is dimensionally same as E. So H is dimensionally same as E divided by mu into V. This I got. Next, I need epsilon naught also. So I need to replace mu and epsilon naught, that thing. I know that velocity is 1 by root of mu into epsilon. You remember this formula? From here, if I write mu, that is dimensionally same as 1 by v square into epsilon. Put it there. H is E divided by 1 by v square into epsilon, okay, divided by v. This one we got cancelled and this comes out to be E v. Velocity is displacement by time. So this is x into time to the power minus 1 epsilon. It comes like this. Dimensionally h is same as this. So e to the power r, that r is 1. So r is 1. Then x to the power p, p is 1, p is 1. Then epsilon naught to the power q, q is 1. And t to the power minus s, so s comes out to be 1. All we are getting as 1, 1, 1 and 1. Okay, so now let us see if we have more questions on maths with us. Yeah, so Deependra sir is joining. So Deependra sir, it's over to you now.
We do remember that very clearly. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible to all the participants. Just give me a quick confirmation. I hope I am clearly visible and audible, because here I am seeing some fluctuation with the network here. I hope it's going great. You all can hear me and see me properly. Let me just Mm-mm-mm. Okay, great. So it is visible. Yes, great, great, great. So with that, when I go ahead with this conclusion, all I'm saying is that this kind of differential equations you have seen a lot many times. Do you remember that? So if I simply rearrange it, first of all, what I'll do is I'll remove this and this, I'll shift on the other side. What I do is now I'll take this dx here. So when this dx is taken to the other side, it becomes dy by dx. Now what I do is this x times under root 1 minus x square, if I take it on the left hand side, so it will be x upon under root 1 minus x square here, and it will be x upon under root 1 minus x square here. I hope you're understanding what I'm doing here. So first of all, this under root 1 minus x square gets cancelled. So this is dy by dx is equals to y by x minus this x square also gets cancelled by this x. So it is x cos inverse x by under root 1 minus x square. Comfortably understanding this, all the participants? Are we clear on this? Everyone with me on this? I hope there is no confusion on this. Now with that, when I rearrange this, what I get is finally this conclusion. Which conclusion? Dy by dx, y by x was there on the right hand side. If I bring it on the left hand side, it is minus y by x. Linear differential equation. What do we do with that? I hope you do remember. For linear differential equations, this minus 1 by x is your integrating factor. So with this minus 1 by x being your integrating factor, sorry, it is p of x. So e to the power minus 1 by x should be integrated. That is minus of ln x. So that is ln x to the power minus 1. So e and ln are nullified and x to the power minus 1 is 1 by x. Everybody getting that, or shall I write it and explain this? Now from here we know that solution is given by y into integrating factor is equals to q of x into integrating factors integration. So this x and this x are cancelled. You are supposed to integrate negative of cos inverse of x upon under root 1 minus x square. Now I hope you remember if I do that substitution, which that if I take cos inverse x as t, if I take cos inverse x t, then minus 1 upon under root 1 minus x square will be dt. I hope you're understanding. Cos inverse x is t, then of course minus 1 upon under root 1 minus x square dx will be dt. So this is t dt. This whole is t dt. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. So t dt when integrated gives you t square by 2. What is t square? T is cos inverse x, so it will be t square by 2. Are you understanding this, or shall I write it more properly? Everyone just give me a quick update in the chat box. With that, y by x is received as this. Now we are told that when x approaches 1, y approaches 1, which means x and y should be replaced by 1. So this is 1 by 1, which is 1. And here cos inverse 1 is 0. So 0 square by 2 is 0. So c we receive as 1. Now finally what you do is you substitute this c by 1 here, and then what are you asked? You are clearly asked y 1 by 2. So all you got to do is put x as 1 by 2. You find the value of y, which will be your final answer, which is absolutely doable. Everybody getting that? Now let's move towards the next question. Again, an easy one, a straightforward one. When you look at this x to the power 4 plus x square, x to the power 4 plus x square plus 1, that's the part which we constantly mention and pitch that this is an identity which IIT JEE keeps on asking directly or indirectly or subtly. Do you all remember that? So I hope you do remember that what we do here is x to the power 4 plus 2x square plus 1 minus x square, and there it gets converted into an identity. This is clearly x square plus 1 whole square. Do you remember that? And this is minus x square. So this is clearly a square minus b square, which is written as a plus b into a minus b. That I have already done when Gaurav sir and Sumit sir were taking your question. So meanwhile, I solved this properly. So this is your factor. Now I hope you can see that this entire expression can be written as this into this. But in the numerator, you can see x square plus x plus 1 already there. So that gets cancelled. So in the denominator, do you not think in the numerator, I'll be left with root x? And in the denominator, I'll be left with root x plus 1 into root over x square minus x plus 1. Everybody getting that comfortably? Just give me a quick update on this. And the limit is from 0 to 2. Now, I hope you're understanding. A plus b into a square minus ab plus b. That is a cube minus b cube. Sorry, a cube plus b cube. So that is x cube plus 1. And in the numerator, we have root x. Now, just apply the right substitution. What is that here? X to the power 3 by 2, if I am substituting by t, which means x cube is substituted by t square. So when it is differentiated, 3 by 2, x to the power 1 by 2 dx is dt. So root x dx becomes dt. Sorry, root x dx becomes 2 by 3 dt. And in the denominator, it is x cube, so it should be t square plus 1. Everyone. Yes, great. So with that, this is what I get. And of course, limits are also updated. So limits are also updated means what? When x was 0, t will also be 0. But when x is 2, it is 2 cube raised to the power 1 by 2, 2 cube is 8, 8 to the power 1 by 2 is 2 root 2. So the limits are going to be from 0 to 2 root 2. Everyone getting this? Now I hope you remember 1 upon under root x square plus a square is ln x plus under root x square plus a square, and you simply got to put the limits and you'll get the final answer. Shall I solve it further from here, or will you do it by yourself? Did you all understand the method, the approach, the idea for solving this question? Again, one of the simplest questions of your paper. Here, what am I told? I am told x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1 is representing equation of an ellipse where the major axis is y-axis. So if the major axis is y-axis, we know that b is greater than a, which means b square is greater than a square, which means this will be greater than this. Perfect. So first of all, what I know is that f of 3a plus 14 will be greater than f of a square plus 2a plus 7. Then the next thing which we are told is that, sir, this is the decreasing function. This f is the decreasing function. So if f is a decreasing function, this will be lesser and this will be greater. I hope you remember that for a decreasing function, the sign changes. With that, if I solve this further, I'll get a square, 2a minus 3a, that's minus a, and 7 minus 14 is minus 7, and this should be greater than 0. Everyone getting this? I think minus 4 plus 3 will do the justice here. So it will be a square minus 4a plus 3a minus 7 greater than 0. Everyone getting this comfortably? With that, a minus 4 will be one of your factors, and the other factor will be, if you want to have, am I making any mistake? Oh, I'm really sorry. I am really sorry. I am in a totally different world. I am really sorry. What am I doing today? I'm really sorry. So with that, first of all, I simply got to apply Sridhar Acharya formula. I'm really sorry for that. So here, when you work out the values of a, it will be minus b plus minus under root over b square. That is 1 minus 4a. Is 4 into 7 is 28. 28 plus 1 is 29. So it is root 29 divided by 2a. So let's say I take one of the roots as 1 minus root 29 by 2 and the other root as 1 plus root 29 by 2. So smaller root is alpha, bigger root is beta. Everyone with me on this? Okay, then the range of a is this. Okay, we'll talk about that. First of all, pay attention to this. So of course, a is greater than this. A is greater than this. Am I writing it correctly? Because the range of a, okay, yes, it's absolutely correct. So alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta means what? So here, if I talk about this, I hope you're understanding that here a will be less than the smaller root, or a will be greater than the greater root, which means a lies between all the real values except for this range alpha to beta. So all the values between alpha and beta are excluded. Values which are lesser than alpha or greater than beta are taken. Everyone getting this? So this and this are same. So whatever alpha and beta I have taken and whatever alpha and beta they are suggesting are same. So technically this whole question is not need to be solved. They are simply asking you the sum of the roots. So sum of the roots I have understanding nothing but what? Minus b upon a. 1 is your final answer. Everybody got this? Everybody understood this? Let me see whether do we have few more questions. Yes, we do have. Let me just get those questions quickly so that we do discuss few more questions here. Let me just bring those questions here in front of you. 2 more questions I have received. So Gaurav sir will have to wait a little and will solving these 2 questions as well. One from the complex numbers geometry, second one from the vectors. And we have been seeing such questions a lot. Yes, simple question. The same method, the same logic is applied in this category of vector based questions. First of all, let's begin with this. The number of values of z, complex number satisfying this equation. Of course, when you look at this, this is clearly a circle centered at 4, 8 having radius root 10. Everyone getting this? The second conclusion, this z minus this plus z minus this. So locus of a point which moves in such a way that sum of its distance from 2 fixed points remains constant. That's an ellipse. I hope you remember that. And these 2 points are its foci, and this is its 2a. I hope you remember that. So it is its major axis. I hope no confusion on that, all the participants. With that, just give me a moment, student. With that, let's move with this. First of all, let's talk about this. So number of values of z, so which means what? The kind of z which are common to both of them. So I'll draw or plot these 2 curves, circles and ellipse, and then I'll find the point of intersection. Wrong question. So Shetty Cooks, what is the correct answer? Question, do tell me. Just give me the correct data. I'll solve it with that data as well. Don't worry about that. And of course, let me also receive it from my team because they are also working really hard in the background and preparing these questions. So possibly whatever they had done, I think that is the effort they are making. So here, I'll first of all draw this circle. So when you focus on this circle, I hope you're clearly understanding. This is a circle centered at 4, 8. So this is a circle centered at 4, 8 having radius root 10. That radius I'll talk about that later. Then 3 comma 5 and 5 comma 11. So there is nothing common here. I mean, it is neither parallel to the x-axis nor y-axis. So 3 comma 5 and 5 comma 11. Okay. But 2a, I know 2a here is 4 root 5. I hope you are comfortably getting this. And what is 2ae? Minus ae comma 0 and ae comma 0 are your foci. So distance between foci is 2ae. And that distance will be distance between 3, 5 and 5, 11. So if I find the distance 3 and 5, that's 2, 2 square is 4, and 5, 11, that is what? 6, 6 square is 36. I hope you are going great. So 36 plus 4 is 40, so it is root 40. Root 40 is your 2ae. I hope no confusion on that. So root 40 means what? Root 40 means 4 into 10. So that is 2 root 10. So AE we receive as root 10. That's something really interesting. That is something really interesting. So here, I hope you are paying attention to this part. The AE, this value is root 10. Okay, let's talk about that later. But can you help me with the midpoint of this? Midpoint of this, which means what? 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 by 2 is 4. 5 plus 11 is 16. 16 by 2 is 8. So what does it imply? What does it imply? This point and this point is equidistant from 4 comma 8, which means let's say there is a chord, which means let's say there is a chord to this circle. Let's say there is a chord to this circle passing somewhat like this. I'm just drawing it in this manner. So one of the points here could be 5 comma 11 like this, and the other point here could be 3 comma 5 somewhat like this. Everybody getting this? And this here will be the two foci of that ellipse. Why? Because this is also root 10 distance away from it. This is also root 10 distance away from it. And there, the distance between the foci is clearly this, 2 times root 10. I hope no confusion on that. So that's your ellipse. Now, if I talk about one more thing, which thing? Can you help me with its minor axis? See, we have the major axis, we have the eccentricity. So can I work on the value of B so that I can find out its minor axis as well? So 2a is 4 root 5. So A will be 2 root 5. Comfortable with that? So if A is 2 root 5, A is 2 root 5, then 2 root 5 into E is root 10. So I hope you're understanding. Root 5 is root 2 times of root 10, because root 10 is root 5 into root 2. And there E we receive as 1 by root 2. There we receive E as 1 by root 2. Everyone getting this? So I hope for ellipse, what we know is, for ellipse we know E square is 1 minus B square by A square. So E square is 1 by 2 is equal to 1 minus B square. We are trying to figure out A square will be 4 into 5. 4 into 5, that is 20. Correct me if I'm wrong. So B square minus 20 will be 1 minus 1 by 2, which is 1 by 2. Comfortable, everyone? And with that, this becomes what? B square becomes 10. B square here becomes 10. Comfortable, everyone? Now, if B square becomes 10, that's the interesting part, because here B will be plus root 10, which means what? If this is the center of the ellipse, which is technically the center of the circle as well, so the minor axis here will be perpendicular to this. Minor axis will be perpendicular to this. And this minor axis, I hope you're understanding, this minor axis has length 2b, that is 2 root 10. So root 10 above, root 10 below. So if I could draw that ellipse, that ellipse would be going somewhat like this. Let me just rotate it a little. That ellipse would be going somewhat like this. That ellipse will be going somewhat like this. Let me just draw it more properly. This is how you will be seeing that ellipse to be coming into picture. Is it making some sense here? Why am I drawing it like this? Because I hope you're understanding. I hope you are clearly understanding. This point here are again root 10 distance and root 10 distance away. This is your midpoint, and this point is your foci, S and S dash. So technically, this is your ellipse and this is your circle. And with that, if they ask you the number of points where Z is there, so Z satisfies both the circle and the ellipse both, which means this point and this point is the common point where they intersect. So two solutions will be there. Interesting it is. If you don't understand this approach, just replace x by z by x plus iota y and then solve it. There also, by solving it with two variables, two equations, you will get two solutions, this and this. Everybody understood that? Can we move ahead from here? Next question, if I move ahead, again, such a simple question which you must have been doing a lot many times. Look at this one. What does it say? A is this, B is this, then they are asking you this. So if I simplify this, 2 times A and 3 times C, because this scalar can be distributed, and cross B is your, here, this B is pre-multiplied. So I will write it as 2. I will write it as 2A cross B, and there minus 3C cross B, because if I swap the order, it becomes minus. I hope no confusion on that. And here, if I take this B common, post common, so 2A minus 3C whole cross B will be 0. So if the cross is 0 where none of them is 0, so B will be parallel to this, and if B is parallel to this, I can say, what do we need finally? A dot C we are given, right? A dot C we are given as 15, then the value of C dot this. So can I first of all say here that 2A minus 3C will be lambda times B? Everyone comfortable with this, whatever I'm doing here? With that, all I'm saying is that 2A will be equal to lambda B plus 3C. Any confusions on that? Even if you want A, it will be lambda B plus 3C by 2. Any confusions on that? Now from here, when I move ahead, what do I see next here? A dot C, I'm given 15. Okay, A dot C, I'm given 15. And we are asked C dot this. Okay, so A dot C, if I'm given 15, where shall I go? Shall I do this? Because A, we have this. I think we simply need to work on B because A and B are given. So let me do one thing. I'll write this A and B so that I get vector C. So A and B I'm pushing here. I hope you are comfortable with this. So double of A will be 8 I cap. I hope no confusion with that. Minus 2 J cap plus 3, that is 6 K cap. Right, everyone, is equal to lambda B, minus 3C. So lambda B I'm keeping right hand side, and this is minus 3C. Okay, so minus lambda B. 3C is equal to minus lambda B. What is lambda B? That is lambda 10 or 10 lambda I cap. Then you have 2 lambda J cap, and then you have minus lambda K cap. Correct me if I'm wrong. Everyone got this? Everyone understood this? Or is the vector same as? Possibly yes, and this category of questions, Vyom, they have been asking constantly and repetitively. With that, when I keep the I cap, J cap, K cap component together, this is your 3C. Mind you, students, this is 3C. So when you do this, 8 minus 10 lambda I cap, then you have plus 2 lambda minus 2. So it is plus 2 lambda minus 2 J cap, and the third component is 6 minus lambda. 6 minus lambda. Am I making any mistake? Because I think minus was also there, because it was minus lambda B. So minus 10 lambda I cap, then it should have been minus 2 lambda J cap and plus. So there should have been a correction here. Let me just make that correction. There it should have been minus and it should have been plus. So it should have been minus and it should have been plus. So minus 2 lambda J cap and plus lambda K cap. With that, it will be minus 2 minus. Okay, so there is a small correction. I'm really sorry for that. So when I take minus sign common, it will be 2 plus 2 lambda. It will be 2 plus 2 lambda J cap. And there with K cap, it will be 6 plus lambda. It will be 6 plus lambda K cap. Everybody getting that? And that's your 3C. That's your 3C. I hope there is no confusion on that. Now what I do is, pay attention, I'll find A dot C. So I'll take the dot product with A on both of these sides. I hope you're comfortably getting this. So when I do A dot C, A dot this is equals to 3 times A dot C. But 3 times A dot C is 15. So 15 into 3 is what? 45 is what I'm getting on the right hand side. But on the left hand side, when I do take this product vectors dot with A, so 4 into this. So 8 into 4. 32 minus 40 lambda minus 1 into this. So that is again plus. I hope you're understanding 2 plus 2 lambda. 6 plus lambda into 3. 6 plus lambda into 3 is 18 plus what? 3 lambda. Now the question is done. Absolutely done. Why? Because now by solving this, you'll find lambda. By solving this, you'll find lambda. Now what were we asked? C dot this. Now once you find the lambda, you put that lambda here. Or rather you put that lambda here. So once you have found the lambda, I hope you can do that by yourself. You put that lambda here, you will get the vector C. And once you have found the vector C, you take its dot product with this vector. Is it not easy and simple and absolutely doable? The last step which I'm skipping, which is simply based on calculation. My motive was to make you understand the process, the algorithm which you got to apply, and I hope you have made a lot of clarity on this, which you all must have understood. So let me see who is ready. So I think Gaurav sir must be joining, and with that we'll be handing it over to Gaurav sir so that he takes you with the chemistry part. So let me just get a confirmation from Gaurav sir and then we'll move ahead. Okay, so Gaurav sir is there with the chemistry part.
Questions now. So let us try and attempt them. So how are you guys? How is the discussion going? Is this helping you? Because if you ask me, then definitely we have got a recurring number of concepts getting repeated over and over again. So let us, without wasting your precious time, because obviously I know this is the last day and you deserve a break after this, but not a long break. Just take 1 day break, go out with your friends, play physically if possible, or else whatever pleases you, do that, and then move back seriously to the professional career. Because yes, this after 12th, your academics will is going to shape your professional career. So yes, this is definitely important. Moving to few questions. So this question, I guess, before this we have discussed. Yes. So moving to this question, a basic question from periodicity. They are saying you in list 1 you have this electronic configuration where it is mentioned that this Ns2. So they are talking of second period elements. In list 2 they are giving the ionization energy. Sir, again the similar question. Yes, only the manner in which they are asking the question is a bit, I mean, not difficult also. You just have to compare the periodicity, and we definitely know the value of ionization energy along the period, it should increase. Why? Because size decreases, but it also depends upon the electronic configuration. Advait sir, what about advanced? Advait beta, we have been getting a lot of comments. Will there be JEE advanced coaching in this channel? Yes, definitely yes. But because we are starting with Arjuna JEE English and Laksh JEE English from the 20th of this month. So first we'll be accommodating the new students, and obviously if we get so many comments in the PWJ English YouTube channel, so many responses. So what you have to do is just keep switching to do the channel, keep putting that request, so that we are also moved, and we also come up with those advanced discussion, those advanced planner free at YouTube channel. So obviously we'll be planning beta, don't worry, hai na? Moving to the question. So sir, it depends upon electronic configuration also. Yes. Now as you move along the period, once you reach group 18, sir, they are inert gases, and their configuration is obviously inert configuration, which is like really stable. So if you just check, this species has got inert configuration. So this is my group 18 element, and group 18 element will have highest value of ionization. So that means 4 is definitely C. So because that means 4 is definitely C. So if you just do option elimination, you get your answer. But still, because we are learning, so practicing everything. Now this is, we definitely know this is second period. So this is definitely alkaline earth metal. That means beryllium, and beryllium, because of its stable electronic configuration, which is Ns2, penetration of Ns is more to inside the nucleus. Therefore after this, which is after beryllium, we have sorry, not beryllium, yes, beryllium. After beryllium, the boron that we'll be having Ns2np1, and boron will have a little less boiling point because of stable electronic configuration of beryllium. So this will rather have a bit larger, and this is against the periodicity that we expect for ionization energy. And this guy, which is having along the period, it increases, and it also has stable half-filled configuration, because this will be nothing but nitrogen. So nitrogen will be having highest. So what is the next highest value that I have? It is for 1402. So 3 will be going with A. So 3 is with A, although we have our answer. Then after that, this is boron, which is so least will be boron. What is the least value? So 801. So 2 will be D. So 2 will be D and 1 will be B. We have definitely cracked the answer. Chalo. Delta hai wale kya tha, guys? Okay, so somebody is beta Puran. If you have that question, then kindly put that question in the comment section. I'll be definitely discussing about it. Now they have in the previous attempt also, they have done a marriage of biomolecules and some practical organic facts. So again, the same marriage has been seen. they are not directly asking you the structure of alpha amino acid, but they are mixing it with practical organic chemistry. So which among the following give positive neutral FeCl3 test, which is shown shown as violet coloration. So this is classic reaction of phenol. So all aromatic alcohols produces this violet coloration. So who among alpha amino acids are alcohols? Sir, two. One is serine, and the serine is simple aliphatic alcohol, so it will give CAN test. And the tyrosine, what is this tyrosine? The para substituted phenol. So if I have this alpha amino acid, this is COOH, this is NH2, this is H. To this CH2, I'm adding a phenol at the para position. So because this is having an aromatic phenol, so tyrosine is my beautiful answer. A very simple question from biomolecules, if you remember those structures which I have been delivering and giving you since rank booster test. Now, the next question from chemical equilibrium, again a simple one. We know if we add a reaction, equilibrium constant gets multiplied. If we multiply any factor, equilibrium constant is raised to the power that factor. Now, this is half of x2, half of y2, and half of z2. Let us search. Yes, sir. We find half of z2. So equation 2 I need as it is, because half of z2 is as it is. Equation 1 is having x2 and y2, but it is stoichiometric coefficient is 1. So I have to multiply this by 1 by 2. That will give me half of x2, half of y2. Add it with the second equation, so it will give me half of z2. I do not need xy, so this xy and this xy will be cancelled because I have obviously halved the above reaction. And this is simply my product xyz. So for this, new equilibrium constant will be the first equilibrium constant. Let's say this is K1. So first K1 is multiplied, therefore here power is 1 by 2. Now because the both are added, so I have to multiply the equilibrium constant of the another equation, and I'll be getting my answer. So moving, let us just put the values. So this is under root of 2.5, as in 25 into 10 raised to the power minus 6, into this is 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3. So this is simply 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 into 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3. This is 25 into 10 raised to the power minus 6. In scientific notation, it will be 2.5 into 10 raised to the power minus 5. I hope very attemptable. Sir, Hess law pe question tha. Beta, kindly put that question because obviously Hess law also has been traditionally asked by our by our NTA community in the previous days. So Puran, if you remember, you can directly put that question over there. I'll be taking that question. Now, the next question again from chemical equilibrium, again a rather simple one. The question says calcium carbonate, a solid, is getting decomposed and forming this calcium oxide solid and CO2 gas. So only gas is this. So if I write in terms of pressure, so this will only be contributing to the pressure at equilibrium, because value of Kp is given. So this will be directly partial pressure of product, and only one product I have in gaseous state. So this will rather give me partial pressure of CO2. So simply the value of Kp is partial pressure of CO2. But this equation is simultaneously happening. Data nahi yaad. Sorry, no worries Puran, because our team will be fetching that question. So don't worry. Just keep on learning the details. Now, the simultaneously this is also happening. So sir, whatever be the equilibrium pressure of this will be the equilibrium pressure here also, and that equilibrium pressure we have already estimated. So directly let us use that equilibrium pressure in the second equation. Value of Kp for the second equation is given, so that will also be equal to partial pressure of product, which is CO in this case. So partial pressure of CO raised to the power 2 upon pure solid will not have any contribution for pressure, but this is partial pressure of CO2. So this is partial pressure of CO2, which I already know from equation 1. So this is raised to the power 1. This is my partial pressure of CO2. So this 2 is equal to partial pressure of CO squared upon the pressure of CO2 is definitely 8 into 10 raised to the power minus 2. Okay, I'm sorry, not minus 4, minus 2. So partial pressure of CO squared will be 16 into 10 raised to the power minus 2. So partial pressure of CO will be 4 into 10 raised to the power minus 1. Obviously, we can't have a negative, so I'm not using that. Now, the question is saying it is in the power 10 raised to the power minus 1. So, yes. So, what shall be your answer? A very easy one. So, this x is simply 4. But yes, if it is easy, if you are very much religious with the concept. So, I hope you are now. Moving to the next question. Yeah, so I guess one student was putting this question, and yes, beta, you remembered that question absolutely correct. The Getterman-Koch synthesis. So benzene reacted. That was the student has written CO2. So this is obviously CO and HCl. Now CO and HCl, we definitely know this is CO, oxygen having positive charge, carbon having negative charge. This is my CO. But as soon as we have H plus, so this H plus will be going to this carbon, the C double bonded, triple bonded O having H, but oxygen having positive charge. It will take away this electron and a resonating structure will bring positivity on the carbon. Now this is my electrophile. It is ready to be substituting the electron rich benzene ring, giving rise to the beautiful benzaldehyde. So this CHO substituting into the ring in form of Getterman-Koch synthesis. So my product P is benzaldehyde. Now this is classic benzene with CH3 COCl. So this is Cl will be going with this neutral with this anhydrous AlCl3, the Lewis acid, and creating a positivity on the carbonyl carbon, which will again be acting as an electrophile for the benzene ring. So this becomes CO, this is CH3, so this is my acetophenone, which is Q. Now this P and Q are reacted in presence of base. That means that this is simple. Of both these, I have to do an aldol condensation. Why I am saying aldol? Because I am having this alpha carbon, which is having hydrogen. So I will, out of these 3 hydrogen, I will remove 1 hydrogen and by the base. This will form a minus. This minus will attack the carbonyl group, and ultimately you will be having benzene ring substituted by this CH double bond O, but that double bond O will become OH after the attack of this CH2. So this is my CH2. After that I have this carbonyl group, and after that I have my benzene. But sir, everybody knows this is carbonyl group, this is alpha, this is beta. So with little bit of heating, this dehydration takes place and you get your alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde and ketone. So let me just quickly take this and form that alpha beta unsaturated compound for you. So I will get a unsaturation over here. Now why I am religiously drawing this is because the question is not asking you the product. The question is asking you determine number of pi, not bonds. Like in the previous section they were asking for pi bonds. Here they are asking for pi electrons. So let us first count pi bonds. So pi bonds I'm counting first. So this is 3 plus 1 plus 1 this double bond plus 3 over there. So this is 3 plus 4 plus 4. So 4 and 4 is 8. So pi electrons will be definitely 16. So your answer will be beautifully 16. Perfect. Puran sir 3 reaction में heat दे रखा था. Okay beta. Okay. Chalo, we are done with this question. Moving to the next one. Now, a simple question, a basic question from GOC, from hydrocarbon, you can say. Boiling point of alkyl iodides follow the order. Sir, alkyl iodide has got just a dipole-dipole attraction because of the CX bond, that too very weak. So the alkane part is getting attracted by London dispersion forces, which is increases as the size and mass increases. So propyl iodide is definitely 3 carbons having iodine. ethyl iodide is 2 carbons having iodine, and methyl iodide is just 1 carbon having iodine. So with mass, obviously the molecular mass, the extent of dipole always increases, and therefore boiling point increases. Dipole only the CX bond will have. This will have London dispersion force, but as size increases, intermolecular forces of attraction increases. So definitely they have this. Now the question is also giving you the reason. So due to increasing van der Waals force, London dispersion force is a type of van der Waals force. So the decreasing van der Waals forces will decrease, and yes, as the size and mass decreases, van der Waals force also decrease. So this is definitely easy peasy correct one. Now statement 2 says parachlorobenzene has higher melting point than ortho due to symmetrical packing. We should know this, that para isomer is more symmetric, and because it is more symmetric, so because what you melt, sir, we melt a solid, and for a solid we check its symmetry. So because para is more symmetric, so definitely it will have higher melting point because we melt a solid. So this is definitely correct. Statement okay, this statement has another part which says but dichlorobenzene has higher boiling point due to stronger intermolecular interactions. Now if you boil a species, you boil the liquid state and make it a gaseous state, so the packing will not play its effect and your basic intermolecular attraction. So the ortho isomer, if you compare with a para isomer, so para isomer, the net dipole moment is cancelled, but here the net dipole moment is added, mu under root of mu1 square plus mu2 square plus 2 mu1 mu2 cos theta. So this will rather have some mu net, and here mu net will be getting, I'm not saying exactly, but it will be approximately getting cancelled. So because this is more polar, and more polar molecule will tend to have a higher boiling point. So for boiling point, it is definitely correct. So because this is also correct, so both the statements are correct. So both statements are correct. Option 1 is your clearly right answer. Chalo. Moving to the next question, a basic question from chemical bonding which says bromine trifluoride, as in BrF3, auto ionizes to form BrF4. Okay, sir. What is BrF4? Sir, bromine 4 bond pair is 4 because 4 fluorines are attached, but I have a positive charge, so bromine must be losing 1 electron. So out of 7, 1 gone. How many remaining? 6. 4 has been utilized to form bond pair. So 1 electron pair, as in 1 lone pair, will give you 2 electrons. So steric number is definitely 5. Now, because steric number, this is Br. Okay, I guess this will be because if you interact 2 BrF3, if BrF3, so this is F2 and F. So ultimately, 1 fluorine has to take away the electrons in form of F minus. And if this F minus gets attached to BrF2, because it is saying auto ionizes, so the same species has to do this. So this will rather form BrF2 plus, and when F minus goes to that molecule, it will be BrF3 minus. So I guess, okay, but this is BrF3, na? Huh. So 1 BrF3. So 1 fluorine going over there, it'll change it to be BrF4 minus. I hope we are clear with this. So I think we have a printing error over here. It will be BrF2 plus. So because this will be BrF2, so rather I'll be having 2 bond pairs in that case. So bond pair is 2, 6 electrons. So lone pair will also be 2. So steric number will be 4. And if I have 4 steric number, so this bromine is nothing like but just like a water with fluorine and fluorine, because this is not bromine, this is bromine plus. So this shape is clearly bent. So these 2 options are gone. And obviously here for talking of BrF4 minus, so this definitely has bond pair 4 and 1 electron is extra. So lone pair from 7, it will be getting 8. So lone pair will be 2. So steric number will be 6, and 6 will be just thought of like a octahedron structure, but lone pair will be opposite to each other. So bromine minus having 4 fluorine on the square planar side with one lone pair upside, one lone pair downside. So I hope everybody is clear with this also. It will be a simple square planar molecule. So option 3 is your right answer. Haan beta, this shift was Shivi, quite easy. Sir, one question is that first W by W, okay. Then okay, beta, I have some few questions with me. Okay, but good. So you are saying that Puran is saying that there is some question from colligative properties, I guess. Okay, ideal and fractional percentage W by W given. Haan beta, so I'll be just taking that question also. But let us get that question typed, so it will be rather easy. है ना? Chalo. Next question is from biomolecules. The question from biomolecule says that again a statement based question. So this is a point you have to do. You have to read through the questions. All monosaccharides are reducing sugar. Yes, sir, because they can they have those aldehyde and ketonic group, which rather shows which rather gets oxidized by Fellens and Tollens reagent. So therefore, yes, they are reducing sugar. So this is definitely correct, and we have to identify correct only. Open chain and cyclic form of glucose exist in equilibrium. This property is called muta-rotation. Since 4th of April, they are asking about muta-rotation. So if you have religiously attempted and saw my live discussion, then muta-rotation in one of the slides, in when NT asked it the very first time, I guess on the 4th of April, I have given the exact detail also, the complete theory also. So even that theory would have done with this question. But they are not even asking the details. It is saying that it's only give alpha. No, sir, it form alpha form also and beta form also. All the alpha, both the alpha and beta pure forms are called the anomers. Yes, they exist in equilibrium with different percentages, but they both exist. It is saying only alpha form exists, so this is definitely incorrect. Now, all oligosaccharides, what are oligosaccharides? Which on hydrolysis produces 2 to 10 monosaccharides. Give the same monosaccharide. No, sir, you just take a disaccharide sucrose. You know that from class 10. Sucrose is a disaccharide formed of alpha D glucose and beta D fructose. So both the monosaccharides are not same, so this is obviously incorrect. Yeah. Glycogen is animal starch. Yes, glycogen is an animal starch, just constituting of that amylopectin part. So definitely this is also correct. So first and fourth are correct, giving 2 as my answer. Moving to the, okay, so this is it from chemistry. No. I have, because, okay, I have this one question more. So let me, because our physics and chemistry, physics and maths are also doing this. They are adding questions in between. So let me also get that opportunity. So downloading this also, because I guess with this we'll be basically done with the chemistry side of, because we have discussed, I guess, 17-18 questions. So if I get some more questions, I'll be definitely coming back. But I guess with this, chalo. So this question is asking the number of aromatic compounds from now. Sir, in order to be aromatic, what are the 3-point agenda? Sir, you have to be planar. When a molecule can be planar, an sp2 hybridized system is definitely planar. Then you should have complete conjugation of the pi clouds. The cycle should be completed, and the number of electrons that should complete that pi cloud should be 4n plus 2. N can be any whole number. So if n is 0, 2 pi electron can also do it. 1, 6 pi electron can also do it. 2, 10 pi electron can also do it, and so on. Let us check. Yes, sir, it is satisfying the first condition, because this is a cyclic structure. So generally cyclic structure till 7 member of carbon ring, carbon members are planar. So first tick, yes, it is cyclic. Second, is it having complete conjugation? Yes, sir. Pi, sigma, plus sigma, plus sigma. Pi alternate positioning. So current cycle is also happening. And current cycle is maintained by how many pi electrons? How many pi electrons are doing this cyclic conjugations? Are 2 pi electrons. So this is definitely aromatic. Now, this one, sir, here this carbon is CH2. So the cyclization can't be taking place. So this is planar. Tick 1 is there, but because it is not having complete conjugation, so this is not aromatic. This is not anti-aromatic also. This is a aam aadmi. This is non-aromatic, which is not at all stable, not unstable also. So not, for us, it is not an answer. Now, yes, definitely you can have that resonating structure, but if you do the conjugation, the current cloud will be going away. The current cloud will be going away from the ring. It is not cyclizing. The current is not cyclizing. And because it is not cyclizing, so condition tick 2 is not satisfied. So this is also not aromatic. And obviously this is having a benzene ring. So any and every substituted benzene are aromatic. So obviously this is also aromatic. So our answer is beautifully to a very simple question, I would rather say. Chalo, so this is it I have for you from chemistry. If I get some more chemistry question, I'll be definitely coming back. So ending from my side, and if Deepen sir who and okay, Sumit sir is coming. So Sumit.
Hello students, welcome to next set of questions in physics. Let us see what all these questions are. The first question is on projectile motion. Two projectiles projected from ground with the same speed have same range. R1 is equals to R2. Okay, speed is same. When R1 will be equal to R2, range is same when angles are complementary angles. We know that. If first angle is theta, second angle will be 90 minus theta. This thing is clear. Their times are 5 second and 10 second. It means T1, what is the time period? 2u sin theta by g. 2u sin theta by g. This is 5. T2, 2u sin of 90 minus theta. So cos theta divided by g, this is equals to 10. Divide these two equations, you will get 10 theta is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, now put that 10 theta in any of the equation to find u. Let us use this 2u by g into, if 10 theta is equals to 1 by 2, what is sin theta? Sin theta will be 1 by root 5. 1 by root 5, and this is equal to 5. Okay, this comes out to be equal to 5. Let us find u from here. So this is 2 into 5. U comes out to be 25 root 5. Now, what is range formula? Range is equals to u square sin 2 theta, means 2 sin theta cos theta cos theta cos theta cos theta divided by g. What is u square? So this is 25 into 25 into 5. This is my u square into 2 into sin theta, that is 1 by root 5. 1 by root 5 into cos theta, that is 2 by root of 5 divided by g, that is 10. Now do the calculations. Root 5 is 5. 2 into 5, 5 into 5. Now what it is? 5 into 2, 10 into 25 is 250. So this is 250 meters. Second option. Okay, 250 meters, yes. Next is, a new unit alpha of light is chosen such that it is equal to distance traveled by light in vacuum in 1 second. The unit is the distance light will travel in vacuum in 1 second. What is the distance between Venus and Earth in terms of this new unit if light takes 6 minutes 40 seconds? How many total seconds are there? 6 into 60 plus 40 is equal to 360 plus 40 is 400 seconds. In 400 seconds, how much distance it will cover? 400 into the speed of light. This is the distance it will cover. And what is given? This alpha is equals to distance covered in 1 second by the light, that is C. So this is 400 alpha. L comes out to be 400 alpha. It means 400 units of that particular. Fourth, clear? Yeah, directly we could have mentioned, but I explained it. Two objects 1 and 2 travel 104 meter and 120 meter respectively in 50th second. Their initial speeds were 5 meter per second, 12 meter per second. The masses are 3 kg and 2.5 kg. The ratio of momentum of object 1 and 2 at t is equals to 50 second. Now, if you understand the concept very nicely, you will solve this question in 1 second. Otherwise, it will take you 5 minutes to do the calculations. Now, momentum of first particle divided by momentum of second particle is m1 v1 divided by m2 v2. Clear? m1, what is v1? dx1 by dt. What is v2? dx2 by dt. Like this we will say. Like this we will say. You can say it m1 delta x1 divided by delta t divided by m2 delta x2 divided by delta t. What is m1? m1 is 3 kg. What is m2? m2 is 2.5 kg. What is delta x1? Now in at t is equals to 50, it covered 104 meter in 1 second. So what is delta x? 104 divided by what is delta t? 1 second. So 104 divided by 1 into here it covered 120 meter in 1 second. So 120 divided by 1. Okay. Now if you do this, if you do the calculations here, certainly it will not be exactly 1 because but we need approximate answer. So this comes out to be 1.04, which is nearly equal to 1, which is third option. Now you may ask, sir, can we approximate it like this? I will say yes, we can approximate here like this. Why so? Because acceleration is very small. In 50 seconds, velocity is changing from 5 to 100. Acceleration is almost 2. Means the change in velocity in 1 second will be hardly equal to 2. So this ratio difference, if you say, that will be almost negligible. So that is nearly equal to 1 directly. No need to find the actual velocities there, then find the actual momentum there, then take the ratio. That is not needed. Next question, dipole moment of a system with charge q1, q2, r1, r2. This is given like this. What is the, okay, we need dipole. Dipole moment is summation of qi, ri. Okay, so q1 into r1 plus q2 into r2, q1 into r1 plus q2 into r2, like this. Now what is q1? 3 microcoulomb into what is r1? 2i cap, 3j cap, 3k cap, plus what is q2? q2 is minus 9 microcoulomb, minus 9 microcoulomb. What is r2? I cap plus j cap plus k cap. Now take the unit common, microcoulomb meter, whatever it is. Now see the rest of the calculation. 3 into 2, 6. 6 minus 9 is minus 3. I cap plus 3 into 3, 9 minus 9 is 0 j cap plus 3 into 3, 9 minus 9 again, again minus 9, yeah, 0 also here, 0 k cap. Okay, the unit is microcoulomb meter. So the magnitude of this comes out to be 3 microcoulomb meter. Okay, if you find the magnitude of this, let me see the calculations if there is anything wrong. 3 microcoulomb into 2, 9 microcoulomb minus 9 into 1, 1, 1. Yeah, so this is 0, this is 0. Okay, this is minus 3. Perfect. Calculations are perfect. Is it possible any IIT from just qualify JEE Advanced cutoff? I'm OBC category student. Qualify JEE Advanced cutoff of okay, if you qualify just the JEE Advanced cutoff, you will get an IIT. No, that's not possible. A solid cylinder of VCM is equals to 9 meter per second. Omega is equals to VCM divided by 4 R. Okay, it is placed here. It is not pure rolling because V is not equal to omega R. Okay, find the time after which it starts pure rolling. Now, as it is rotating like this, after some time, what will happen? Friction force, is there. Some kinetic friction force is acting right now. After some time, it will start pure rolling. When it will start pure rolling? This is at t is equals to 0. Okay, at t is equals to 0. Now at any time t later, it starts pure rolling. It starts pure rolling. Let us take like this. Here this velocity is VCM dash and here this is omega dash, and my omega dash is equals to VCM dash divided by R. Here it is pure ruling at time t is equals to any time, you can say t. Okay, here pure ruling and here it was slipping. Now about the point of contact or any point on the ground, the torque on the system is 0. Why so? Friction force torque is 0, that is passing along this only. So torque due to friction is 0, it means angular momentum on about any point on the ground is conserved. So I will say initial angular momentum, let us take this as point P, about P is equals to final angular momentum about point P. What is the initial angular momentum? Due to both translational and rotational. Due to rotational, if you ask me, okay, that is inside the plane and that is equals to I omega. This is a solid cylinder. This is mr square by 2. mr square by 2 into omega. What is initial omega? VCM by 4R. VCM divided by 4R. Okay, and what is the direction? Inside the plane, minus k cap plus, then due to translational, okay, R cross VCM, that is also inside the plane. Okay, so this is M into R into VCM and the direction minus k cap is equal to. Finally, when it starts pure rolling, okay, it starts pure rolling, total angular momentum here is inside only, okay, due to translational and rotational, both we will write. So mr square by 2, okay, into VCM by R plus what else MVR, mr into VCM, and this whole also minus k cap. Anyways, this direction is same everywhere. Now let us do the rest of the calculations. From here what will be cancelled? mr square, m r, okay, this r, mr, yes, and here m r square, here mr getting cancelled. Okay, so here it is VCM divided by 8 plus VCM divided by 8 plus VCM is equal to, this is VCM dash actually, okay, this is VCM dash. So this is VCM dash divided by 2 plus VCM dash. What it is? 3 by 2 VCM dash is equals to 9 by 8 VCM. 3 into 3, 2 into 4. So new velocity of center of mass is 3 by 4 VCM. Okay, now I need when this velocity will become like this, at what time. Can I find the acceleration here? Yes, friction force is, what is kinetic friction? Na? Friction force is equals to mu mg. Acceleration of the center of mass will be divided by mass here. Okay, this is equals to mu g. Certainly negative sign because it is in the opposite direction. Negative sign will be there. Okay, now V is equals to U plus AT. V is 3 by 4 VCM is equals to U. U was velocity of center of mass was initially VCM. Okay, V is equals to U plus AT. So minus, the acceleration is minus mu g into the time, that is t. I need t from here. What we can do? VCM by 4, it will become, let us make some space here. Okay, so from here t comes out to be VCM divided by 4 into mu g. I think everything is fine. Now let us put the things here. What is mu, by the way? Mu is not given. Where is mu? Coefficient of friction, that is missing. Okay, sorry. This mu is 0.25. Now put it. VCM was 9. 9 divided by 4 into 0.25 is 1 into 10. So this comes out to be 0.9 second. Thank you so much, Sumit sir. My physics improved a lot after watching your one-shot lectures. Advaita. Oh, that's great. If it helped you, that's great. Hello, Sanjita Kumari. I attempted 50 questions this time. Oh, that's great, that's great. If all of them are correct, perfect score it will be. Okay, Advaita, let us meet when you will get your good percentile. Okay, so I hope you will get a very good percentile, and we will meet after that. Initial pressure and volume of monatomic gas is P and V. It is expanded adiabatically 27 times the initial volume. Find the magnitude of change in internal energy. What is delta U? Delta U is NCV delta T. This is how we write delta U. Now, this is a monoatomic gas. Monoatomic gas means the CV is equals to 3R by 2, 3R by 2 into delta T. So, this is 3 by 2 NR delta T. What is NR delta T? P2V2 minus P1V1. Why I wrote in terms of pressure and volume? Because here pressure and volumes are mentioned. Okay, so options are also in terms of pressure and volume. So let us do like that. Now initial pressure and volume is P and V. Final volume is 27V. What is the final pressure? PV to the power gamma is constant. So P V to the power gamma. This is monoatomic gas, so 5 by 3. Gamma is 5 by 3 is equals to final pressure P2, final volume 27V to the power 5 by 3. Now V, this part is getting cancelled here. What is 27 to the power 5 by 3? This is 3 to the power 5. This is 3 to the power 5 into P. So P2 comes out to be P divided by 3 to the power 5. Yeah. Now put it here, 3 by 2 into P2V2. What is P2? P2 is this. P divided by 3 to the power 5 into, what is V2? 27V, means 3 to the power 3 into V minus P1. V1 was P into V. So 3 to the power 3, 3 to the power 5, this will become 3 square, which is 9. So this is 3 by 2 into 1 by 9 minus 1 is 8 divided by 9 with a negative sign into P into V. 2 into 4, 3 into 3 minus 4 by 3 PV. Okay, the magnitude we need, so that is 4 by 3 PV. Clear? Now we will have few more questions in physics. Yeah. Okay, there is a question on Bernoulli's theorem here with us, and there is a question on circular motion is there. Yeah. So these two more questions are there with us now. Let it download. Yeah. So circular motion, till now we have seen a question that was there relating theta, alpha, omega, okay, and there was another question relating theta, alpha, omega where alpha was constant, and this is I think the third question that we are seeing on the circular motion. Vertical circular motion, I got one question only. I was expecting more than one question in vertical circular motion, but anyways, even if it was one question, but still it was there from that particular topic. Let us discuss this. A car is moving in a circular path of radius 20 meter with speed 54 km per hour. Okay, in a circle. The pendulum is hanging from the roof of the car. The angle made by the pendulum in vertical. Okay, with the vertical. So let us take the pendulum is like this, making some angle theta. Now this car is taking turn like this. So centripetal acceleration will be provided by the horizontal component of the tension force. This force is mg, this force is t. Okay, it is having a centripetal acceleration in this direction, that is v square by r. What is v? V is 54. So convert that to meter per second, 15 meter per second. Okay, now what is a centripetal? V square by r. 15 into 15 divided by 20, 5 into 3, 5 into 4, this is 45 divided by 4, a centripetal. Okay, now with the vertical, let us take it as making an angle theta. So T sin theta is balancing the force mg. T cos theta is equals to mass into centripetal acceleration. So T sin theta is equal to, this angle is theta, okay, therefore this is also theta. So T sin theta is equals to mg and T cos theta is equals to mass into the centripetal acceleration. Okay, T got cancelled, m got cancelled, tan theta is equals to g divided by a centripetal. What is g? G is 10, okay, divided by, what is centripetal acceleration? 45 divided by 4. 5 into 2, 5 into 9, this is 8 divided by 9. So theta comes out to be 10 inverse 8 divided by 9 with the vertical. Second option is coming. Have you eat idli today? No. Sir, in YT, I saw the video from low percentile in mains qualify JEE advance. Why is it not possible for me? Okay, I was not saying low percentile in mains and even if your percentile in mains is low, if you qualify the cutoff to appear in the advance, no problem. Then then nobody will care what was your percentile in mains. Now if you score well in advance, you'll get an IIT. What is the problem? What is the problem in that? There is no problem in that. Next question on Bernoulli's theorem. Find the pressure difference between point A and B. Okay, so this point and this point, applying Bernoulli's theorem, pressure at A plus half rho V1 square plus rho G Y1 is equal to pressure at B plus half rho V2 square plus rho G Y2. Now Y1 is equals to Y2 because these 2 points are on the same level. So this and this, they will get cancelled. From here I can say PA minus PB. Okay, which one is higher? My hair velocity, oh, this diagram is incorrect, isn't it? Cross section area at A is 10. Okay, it is centimeter square and this is square. Now it is fine. I think I was thinking this is 10 and 20. Why that is not mentioned, bigger. Anyways, so I will say that my PA minus PB is equal to half rho into V2 square minus V1 square. Now V1 is 10, area is this. What is V2? A1 V1 is equals to A2 V2. A1 V1 is equal to A2 into V2. What is A1? A1 is 10 centimeter square. So 10 into 10 to the power minus 4 into what is V1? 10 meter per second is equal to A2 is 20 mm square minus 6. Okay, yeah, into V2. So this 10 to the power minus 4. Here it will remain 10 to the power minus 2. Then this and this. So this is 5 here. So 5 divided by 10 to the power minus 2 means 500. This is my V2. Now put it here. So half into rho. Rho is density of water, 10 to the power 3 into V2 square means 500 square means 25 into 10 to the power 4 minus V1 square means 100. How much it is? I need to find in ATM. Okay, so this is very small, isn't it? I can neglect that almost. Yes, 1 by 2 into 10 to the power 3 into 25 into 10 to the power 4 divided by 10 to the power 5 ATM. Almost. So 10 to the power 5. Okay, 3 plus 2 5. So 10 to the power 2 will remain here, and this is 12.5 into 2, 1250. There is some calculation mistake. I don't know. It seems to be. Let us see. What is the mistake? A1 V1 is equals to A2 V2. Oh, that is the mistake. Rho is given. It's not water. It is 600. Yeah, it is 600. So where should I start with? This part. Okay. So this was not. This was not water. I need to take here 1 by 2 into the density of this, which is 600. So 1 by 2 into 600 into, I am neglecting this part, 25 into 10 to the power 4 divided by 10 to the power 5. Now it is fine. 10 to the power 5, 10 to the power 4, and this 2 into 30. This is almost 750 atm, which is option 3. Near to 750, not exactly, but options are far away. So I'll say this is 750. There is no question like this in JEE session 2. Sir, density is 600. Yeah, I took 600. Now, there has to be some question like this. Otherwise, why a student will mention like this? I can understand the data will be completely different, but it's fine. Okay, it's fine. Conceptually, a question will be there. Okay, so now Gaurav sir will be there with us.
Yes, guys. So I hope you are done with your physics discussion. I hope not. I can obviously see you are done with the discussion. So just let me put this comment screen volume down so that I may not hear my voice. Chalo beta. So Advait, yes, you find that question easy. That means you have studied well. Good. Chalo beta. So I have this few questions of chemistry. I mean, not few. I guess we'll be discussing somewhere around 22 questions we have collected. So with this, we'll be finished with chemistry. Let us start from this basic question of chemical kinetics. Okay. So the question says, Ayush is saying only 75. Okay. So Ayush is saying, I am saying that this is a question from chemical kinetics, a simple statement based questions. The statement 1 is activation energy is given as 12.6 kilocalorie. Then at room temperature, the rate constant double for rise of 10 degrees Celsius. Yes, sir, definitely correct. You know why? Sir, we definitely know that first of all, while determining the Arrhenius constant, they said chemistry statement based questions were a lot of questions were there in this particular session. So yes, there were many different statement based questions, but the statements were quite predictable. So once you raise the temperature by 10 degree, for each 10 degrees Celsius, approximately the rate constant gets doubled. How to exactly calculate this? Exactly, you can obviously calculate using the Arrhenius equation, but this is a generalized statement. Before Arrhenius, this statistical experiment was done, that for every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate of reaction generally doubles. So this is definitely correct. Now statement 2 is, for a first order reaction, T half and A naught relation is a straight line. This is definitely incorrect, because we know that T half for a first order kinetic is nothing but it is equal to ln2 upon k. That means, sir, it is a constant. So it should be a straight line and not this graph. So definitely this is incorrect. So this makes statement 1 as correct and statement 2 as incorrect. So option 3 is your right answer. Moving to the next question. Let me take help of this. Okay, so moving to the next question, which says again a statement based question. The statement says, statement 1 is 30% W by W. W by W is the weight of solute and weight of solution. Now solution of CCl4 in benzene. So let's say CCl4 is solute and solute I mark as 2. Let's say benzene is solvent I mark as 1. Now has mole fraction, so you just have to calculate mole fraction, because 30% it is given. So let us take let's say we have weight of solution as 100 gram. So 100 gram will be having how much of solutes? 30 gram, and 100 gram will be having how much solvents? 70 gram. So easy. So you have to calculate mole fraction of solute. So that will be number of moles of solute, which is weight of solute, upon what shall be the molecular mass of CCl4. Chlorine is 35.5. So 71 into 2, because 71 is of 2 chlorine, and plus 12. So I guess this will be 154. You just check. So this will be my moles of solute plus moles of solvent. Now solvent weight is 70 gram. And what shall be weight of benzene, molecular mass of benzene, I beg your pardon, sir, 78. So if you just solve, it will somewhere around come out to be 0.1 something. You just have to calculate, and definitely it is not 0. Okay, this is not 0. Okay, so this somebody said beta, even if it is 0.33 or 0.33, still both the cases it is incorrect, because if you solve, it will come somewhere around 0.1 something. So because statement 1 is not giving you the data, so the exact data, so it is definitely incorrect. Now, a mixture of CCl4 and ethanol. Sir, CCl4 is non-polar, ethanol has strong H bonding. So definitely they will not like each other, they will run away from each other, and therefore they will definitely constitute a non-ideal solution showing positive deviation. So statement this is definitely correct. So statement 1 is incorrect and 2 is definitely correct, giving you answer 3. Beta, and man BTC. Beta, obviously, even if it is 0.33, in either of the case, because you are getting your answer somewhere around 0.1. So definitely it will be wrong in either of the cases. Moving to the next one. Again, a question from solution and colligative properties. The basic constant they are not giving, they are framing question around it. We should all know that molar elevation constant has a value of 0.52 Kelvin kg per mole, and value of depression constant is 1.86. So this value they have hidden and framed a question around it, saying that Kb is more than Kf. So definitely it is incorrect, because Kf is more. And statement 2 is also framed around it. When you have a non-volatile solute, that means I is 1, is added to water, elevation in boiling point, which is delta Tb, is more. So delta Tb is proportional to Kb. Why I'm saying Kb? Because solute is same, so I and concentration molality will be same, so definitely the point of difference is just Kb. And and you have to compare with depression in freezing point, that is delta Tf. So delta Tf is proportional to Kf. So whose value is more? Sir, Kf value is more, so depression will be more in magnitude, but it is saying elevation is more in magnitude, so this is also incorrect. So both statements are incorrect. So statement 1 is also incorrect and 2 is also incorrect. That means option 4 will give you the right answer. I hope everybody is clear with this. Sir, session 2, is it possible to crack JEE Advance and get into IIT? I have only just cleared the qualifying cutoff. Beta, if you you are having the profit of OBC, but beta, I don't think that OBC category gives that profit. So you really have to be religious and disciplined with yourself. If you are saying whether it can be done, beta, anything and everything can be done. It just depends on how much of input you are ready to put in. But yes, if you put in the right amount of input just to your basics right, then you can definitely achieve better than what you can achieve by losing the hope. I'm not saying it is a very easy journey. Yes, it will be difficult, but that is life. So if you are confident enough, and even if you're not, if you're just disciplined enough, you can obviously make that difference after this point of time also. Chalo. Moving to the next question. The next question says, which of the following does not undergo rearrangement? So this OH will be gone, a carbocation will be coming over here, and definitely this carbocation, this methyl will be shifted over here and carbocation will be shifted over here. So whether this will have rearrangement? Yes. And the question is telling you which does not undergo rearrangement. So it will undergo rearrangement. So not an answer. So this question is wrong. It was Kf more than Kb. Okay, beta. Ultimately, the concept would be same. We now know that value of Kf is more and Kb is less. Then proportionally, we can change the statements. So then that will become correct. But you should know Kb is 1.86, Kf is 0.52. So no, it was Kb. Beta, JEE Advance, if that is what I'm telling you. Even if ultimately the state, then 1 will become correct. Okay. Moving to the next question. I mean this question, we have already done with that, because that can go rearrangement, so not an option. Yes. Once this OH after protonation, this is removed as water, I'll get a carbocation, and this carbocation is most stable in this case because it is a tertiary butyl carbocation, so it will not undergo rearrangement. So this is definitely my answer. Here also obviously we have got our answer, so we'll be getting carbocation over here, which we can clearly see after hydride shifting we will undergo rearrangement, so not an answer. This OH after protonation gone will create a carbocation over here, so it will undergo ring expansion also and then rearrangement also, so obviously this is not a case. Moving to the next one, a simple question from mole concept. You just have to apply number of moles is equal to weight of solute upon molar mass of that component, and once you calculate, once you multiply it with Na, which is mole number, will give you the, this will give you the number of molecules, and here you are given mass of molecules and here you are asked number of molecules, so I guess this is quite attemptable. Sir, when update about Prayas batch Victor, for Prayas batch, Prayas JEE in English if you are talking, then you have to hold on. We'll be coming out with the details soon. But for Arjuna and Laksh JEE, it is obviously out. We'll be definitely starting our classes, but from 20th, not from 13th. We are pushing the dates so as to allow students to be accommodated in the batches. Chalo. So moving to the question, the first one is, now given weight is how much, sir? So given weight is 1.8 milligrams. So in gram it will be 10 to the power minus 3 gram, upon water is 18. So this is simply this moles. I'll just calculate over here, will be simply 18 gone. So 10 raised to the power minus 4 moles into Na will give you molecule. So that means this is 4. So P is 4. So incorrect. P is 4, yes. So if you just go by one option, you will get your answer, but still I'm giving you for all. So this is 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 3 upon carbon, so 12. This will be 4.9 into 10 to the power minus 3 upon H2SO4, molecular mass is 98. This is 0.7 into 10 to the power minus 3 because every mass is in milligram, upon NaCl is 58.5. So this is just double. So you just have to calculate putting Na, although for examination you do not even have to do that. Acha, if atom पूछा था, Puran is saying sir atom पूछा था, then in case of atom this will be multiplied by 3 because H2 has 3 atoms, so a further multiplication of 3 will give you answer. This will have multiplication of 1 because carbon is just the carbon is, I mean the it is just having one atom. H2SO4, if atom were asked, then 2 plus 1 3 and then 4, so 4 plus 1 5 and 2, so it will be multiplied by 7. For this NaCl it will be multiplied by 2 agar atom पूछा था. Okay beta, moving to the next one. The simple question from thermodynamics, they have just asked the enthalpy change of a reaction. So enthalpy change of a reaction is nothing but summation of enthalpy of product. So the reaction is also given. First product is SO2. For SO2 enthalpy of formation is given, so 2 multiplied by minus 296.8 plus, this is my first product. Second product is water. For water it is given minus 285.8 into how many water I am having, 2. So this will be the enthalpy change of formation of product minus of reactant. H2S enthalpy of formation is given out to be minus 20.6. So this is minus 20.6 into how many moles? 2 plus, for 3 into, for enthalpy change for any species which is in standard state is 0. Therefore for oxygen they are not giving also. If you just calculate, I guess you will be getting somewhere around 1124. So this will rather give you the answer. Moving to, I guess this is it from chemistry. So I hope you had a rocking paper, and this is it from my side. So all the very best guys. So I'm ending from my side. Deepen sir, over to you.
All right, students, just give me a quick update. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible. All the participants, I hope this is the part. So mean we are given and variance we are given of these 4 observations. Just give me a quick update. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible, and we can go ahead with this discussion. So these 4 observations are there. I hope you know mean and variance. How do we deal with this? And the same data is given for these 6 observations as well. Now pay attention to that. 4 observations, their mean will be sum of them divided by 4, which is 1. So sum of them will be 4 into 1. So sum of all these 4 observations is 4. Variance is given by summation xi square upon n minus square of mean. So summation xi square upon number of observation 4 minus mean, which is 1. 1 square is 1, which is given as 13. So when I solve this, 13 plus 1, 14. 14 into 4 is 56. Summation xi square, we get 56. Similarly, if I do it for y, there are 6 observations. Their mean is 2, which means sum of these observations divided by 6 is 2, which means 2 into 6, the sum of these observations will be 12. Everybody getting that? Similarly, variance, summation of all these observations is square divided by number of observations minus the square of mean. So here, summation of all these observations is square divided by number of observations 6 minus mean is 2. So 2 square is 4. That is variance, which is given as 1. So with that, when I solve this, 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 into 6 is 30. Summation y square I get as 30. Everybody understood that? Now, with that, what are we asked? We are asked variance of all these 10 observations, x1, x2, x3, x4, y1, y2, y3, y5, y6, right? So these 6 observations when added, I hope you understand, I need to have sum of squares of all these 10 observations. So summation xi square plus summation y square divided by number of observations is 10 minus their mean. So sum of all these x plus sum of all these y divided by number of observation. This mean should be squared. Summation xi square we have found from here. Summation y square you have found from here. Summation xi you found from here. Summation yi you found from here. You simply put these values, do that calculation and get the answer. Will you do that by yourself? Everybody understood that solution. Now the next question. Again a simple one. What does it say? There is a parabola. Y square is equals to 4ax. Great, brilliant. With that, there are 2 points P and Q on this parabola. Parametrically, we take it as 80 square comma 280. So first point I'll be taking it as 81 square comma 281. Second point will be 82 square comma 282. Then they say that this P and Q are with O, which is origin, this chord OP and OQ are perpendicular. Great. So if they are perpendicular, the product of their slopes will be -1. So slope of OP will be y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Slope of OQ will be y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So when you do y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, m1 into m2 y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 is equal to -1. So I hope you do this calculation and cancellation. With that, this t1, t2 you receive as -4. That calculation part I can skip. With that, what am I told? The locus of the midpoint of this segment PQ. So segment PQ is this. Its midpoint is h comma k. Its midpoint is h comma k. So midpoint will be what? 8t1 square plus 82 square by 2, comma 281 plus 282 by 2. Everyone getting that? So from there, I get h and k. H I get as 81 square comma 282 square by 2. So when this 2 is taken there and this a is taken there, t1 square plus t2 square you get as 2h by k. Everyone with me on this second part? K will be 281 plus 282 by 2. So K will be 81 plus 82 by 2 because that 2 gets cancelled. There if I take this A common, K by A will be T1 plus T2. Now, I have one equation in T1 square plus T2 square, second equation in T1 plus T2. What I'll do is, I'll square this. So I hope you understand T1 plus T2 whole square is T1 square plus T2 square plus 2T1 T2. Because I have this, and I have this. I hope you do understand this. T1 plus T2 is K by A. So K by A whole square is equal to T1 square plus T2 square, which is this 2H by A plus 2T1 T2. I hope you remember T1 T2 we have just found was -4. So I'll replace this -4 into 2 here, which is -8. Vikram is saying, sir, advance. What advance? I'm not getting this question. Just do repeat your complete question once again. I'll definitely give you clarity on that. So with that, this is how you get your expression. When you simplify this, when you multiply it by a square on both the sides, you get it as k square is equal to 2h minus 8a square. When I take 2a common and replace h and k by x and y, I get y is equal to 2a times x minus 4a. So this is again a parabola. And if we are asked the length of its latus rectum, it is y. I'm really sorry. It will be y square. Y square is equals to 2a times x minus 4a. So this 2a will be the length of its latus rectum. Everybody understood this? Y square is equals to 4ax. So this 4a is its length, but here it is 2a instead. So that 2a will be the length of the latus rectum. Everybody got that? Can I move ahead from here, all the participants? Now when we solve the next part, amazingly easy, one of the easiest questions. So there is a student who goes by what? Bus, scooter or car. So he takes either bus or scooter or car, that is equally likely. So 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3, that doesn't matter for me. But here, if he takes bus, scooter or car, the probability he gets late is 1 by 5, 1 by 3 and 1 by 4. Given that he got late, then the probability that he traveled by bus. Simple question based on Bayes theorem. How do I do this? I hope you understand that here getting late by bus is 1 by 5, getting late by scooter is 1 by 3, and getting late by car is 1 by 4. So he got late by bus. I hope that's what you are asked. So getting late by bus in the numerator divided by late by bus, late by scooter, late by car. Even if you multiply this 1 by 3 here, 1 by 3 here, 1 by 3 here, that doesn't matter because it is all equally likely. So 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3 will get cancelled. So it doesn't matter. So I won't write that 1 by 3. Everybody getting that? That's brilliant, students. With that, when I move ahead from here, the next question, a line passing, amazingly easy. The one of the best questions of your paper. What does it say? It says a line passing through the point of intersection of this and this. Great. So if I solve these two lines, I'll find their point of intersection. Then there is a line which is passing through their intersection. Okay, cool. Then what's next? Then we are told the line which is passing through intersection of these and this is intersecting the x-axis and y-axis at P and Q. Then you are asked the midpoint of PQ. Amazingly easy. This category of questions you have done infinitely many times, I believe so, in straight lines. So first of all, let me solve these two lines. I'll multiply this by 4 and I'll multiply this by 3. And if I subtract them, I'll get y and x coordinates, which I receive as 1 by 7, 1 by 7. So the intersection of these two lines will be received as 1 by 7, 1 by 7. Everybody got this? Now from here, what I do next is that here, this is a line, that line PQ, which is, let's say, cutting the x-axis at 2h, 0, cutting the y-axis at 0, 2, k. That means its equation in the intercept form will be, 1 of x upon 2h plus y upon 2k is equals to 1. I hope you do remember that. And there, what is h, k? H, k is clearly the midpoint of this PQ. I hope you are understanding. H, k's locus is what we are working upon. But we know that this line PQ passes through the intersection of those two lines. And that intersection, I hope you remember, was 1 by 7, 1 by 7. Do you remember that? So this equation should be satisfied by 1 by 7, 1 by 7, which means, I hope you're understanding, x upon h, y upon k, that 2 is taken to the other side. So 1 by 7h plus 1 by 7k is equals to 2. X and y are replaced by 1 by 7 and 1 by 7 respectively. With that, h and k, now in terms of locus, will finally be replaced by, I'm really sorry, here it should have been, let me just overwrite it. It should have been k. So h and k now finally will be replaced by x and y respectively. So it will be 1 upon x, 1 upon y, 7, 7 into 2, that is 14. So that's your answer. Everybody got this? Shall I move ahead from here, all the participants? Let's solve the next question. What does it say? It says a brilliant question, a good one, a moderate one. It uses a lot of things together. Now, first of all, look at this part. Can you not see that 2 into 1 by 3 is 2 by 3, 2 by 3 into 1 by 3 is 2 by 9. So that's GP. So first of all, let's focus on this part only. So when I focus on this part only, what do I get? I get a simple expression. A, because it is an infinite GP, common ratio is less than 1. So A upon 1 minus R will be the sum of its infinite GP. So 2 upon 2 by 3, that is 3. So this expression is nothing but should be replaced by 3 only. So this is log 3 base 2 times. This is at base log 3. Can I convert it in base 2? So if I want to have it in base 2, then log 2 of this upon log 3 at base 2. I hope you remember that. So log 3 base 2 and log 3 base 2 are cancelled, and this expression I get in terms of base 2. Why? Because in the left hand side also it is given in base 2. Everybody comfortably getting this? Now pay attention. This and this are cancelled. I hope you're understanding. This and this are cancelled. So log 2 and log 2. So if I take anti-log, f of x will be equal to 1 plus f of x upon f1 by x. So these when are compared, if I take the LCM here, f of 1 by x plus f of x will be f of x into f of 1 by x. Can you see something here? Have you not seen something like this? I hope you do remember. I think Swapnil, we have released the maths faculty, and very soon the faculty of physics and chemistry will also be revealed. I am totally sincerely apologizing that you had to wait for an entire month, but yes, we'll be revealing it in this week only. I hope you got my answer. Now from here, when I get back to this, f of x into f of 1 by x is equals to f of x plus f of 1 by x. This functional definition we have studied a lot many times, even in the chapter function as well. So if something like this is given, we always take f of x as 1 plus minus x to the power n. Now this plus minus and n can be evaluated with the help of data given to us. So we are told f of 6 is 37, which means 37 is equal to 1 plus minus 6 to the power n. which means 36 is equals to plus minus 6 to the power n. Now 6 when raised to any power, it can never give you minus 36, which means this minus sign omitted. I'll be left with plus. So that means there will be a plus, not minus. Second conclusion, 6 to the power n is 36. I think it is a square. 6 square is 36. So we have cracked n as well. That means our expression is 1 plus minus x to the power n. No, it is 1 plus x to the power 2. So that's your expression. So that's your f of x. Now the third part of this question, you are asked summation of this f of x when x is from 1 to 10. So 1 when added 10 times gives you 10. And this is sum of the squares of first 10 natural numbers, n plus 1, 2n plus 1 by 6. Everybody got this? With that, let's move towards the next question. How many times should we solve this category of questions? Are we not told that this category of questions appear every time? Infinitely many solutions, delta 1, delta 2, delta 3, and delta should be 0. So once I'll put delta 1 and once I'll put delta, another time I'll put delta 1. So when I put delta as 0, which means 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 1 lambda, that should be put 0. Sorry, 1, 5 lambda, so that should be put equal to 0. With that, you get the value of lambda by solving this determinant. I hope you know how to do that. Sarasudol or standard expansion. Second thing, if I find delta 3, so 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then 6, 10 mu. If I find its determinant, it will be mu. It will give me mu, which will be 16. And I hope once you get lambda and mu, can you not write the final answer? Terribly easy question it was. Amazingly, insanely easy it was. This is a good question, again a decent one. What does it say? F of x is said to be a continuous function at x is equals to pi by 2. Cool. With that, what I say here is that here, if it is continuous at pi by 2, which means right hand limit. So when x approaches pi by 2 from right hand side, b times 1 minus sin x upon x minus 2x whole square should be equal to 1 by 3. The left hand limit and the right hand limit should be equal. Everybody getting that? So here, pi by 2 plus h, if I replace it by, if I'm replacing x by pi by 2 plus h, then h approaches 0. I hope you are getting it. Right hand limit I'm doing. So with that, this will be sin pi by 2 plus h. Sin pi by 2 plus theta is cos theta. So I hope you are getting it. Sin x is written as cos h, pi by 2 plus h. With that, in the denominator, if I replace this x by pi by 2 plus h, so it becomes pi minus 2h. So pi minus pi is 0. Minus 2h when squared gives you 4h square. Everybody understanding what I'm doing here? Now, I hope you remember, this is the standard limit. 1 minus cos 2 theta is 2 cos, sorry. I'm really sorry, I'm making a mistake here. I'm making a simple mistake here. I'm really sorry. 1 minus cos 2 theta, it is not plus. So 1 minus cos 2 theta is 2 sine, although this is also a standard limit if you remember it. But if you don't, you can convert it like this, 2 sine square theta by 2. So that is 2 sine square h by 2. I hope no confusion on that. Now, when you make some arrangements, sine x upon x, when x approaches 0 is 1. So I'll try to adjust it in that manner. And when you finally do some adjustments, you finally left with 1 into 1 by 8. But of course, this b is also there. So there you get its right hand limit as b by 8. But it is a continuous function. So b by 8 should be equal to 1 by 3. So you receive b as 8 by 3. The question is not over yet. It is the half of the question. Now b when replaced as 8 by 3, 8 by 3 into 3, that's 8. 8 minus 6 is 2. So the limit is from 0 to 2 over a quadratic inside a mod. Now, how do I solve this? Let's work on this mod. Now, the second part of this question is integration of this modulus over quadratic from 0 to 2. First of all, let's look at this quadratic x square plus 2x minus 3. If I split the middle term, I'll get there. It's factorized as x plus 3 into x minus 1. That you can do, which means it will be an upward facing parabola having roots at minus 3 and 1. But I want to see its nature from 0 to 2. So, sir, this quadratic, except that mod part, it will be between 0 to 1 negative and between 1 to 2 positive. So if it is negative between 0 to 1, the modulus when removed opens with a negative sign. And between 1 to 2, it is above the x-axis, which means it is positive. So when modulus is removed, it opens with a positive sign. Do you not know how to integrate this and put the limits? Do you not know how to integrate this and put the limits? That calculation you can do. Low percentile in mains, is it possible? Any IIT from 40 days just qualify cutoff OBC category? By qualifying the cutoff, you are not eligible for IITs, please understand. First of all, let me clarify two things. If you are clearing the cutoff mains, then you are eligible for writing the JEE Advanced. Second thing, let's say you have cleared the cutoff JEE Advanced, then also it does not mean that you are eligible for IITs. Yes, you are eligible to be considered for IITs, but when you appear into counseling, the JOSA counseling, then you write the colleges, you list down the colleges, IITs, NITs, triple ITs, and then GFTIs and all, and some good universities as well. And based on your rank, you are given the college. if there are students above you, ahead of you, and if they have taken the seats, then there are low chances that you may be getting IITs. So yes, it needed. Advanced plan needed. Okay, Vikram, we'll create a plan and we'll upload it on the our channel. Don't worry about that. From here, when I move ahead, what do I see next? Another question. Again, a simple, decent, and absolutely simple one. Here, there is a circle. So this circle, when looked at, you can find its center at 3, 4. 9 plus 16 plus 11, that is 36. So 36 square root is 6. So you find its radius to be 6. Everyone got this? So there is a circle centered at 3, 4 having radius 6. Now what do they say? They say that there is a chord or the locus of the midpoints of the chord which are subtending a right angle. So let's say there is a chord, and if it is subtending a right angle at the center, that means this angle is 90 over here and its midpoint. So this is h comma k, let's say, whose locus we are trying to find. So if I join this h comma k with 3, 4, I know that here this is 90. Center to midpoint, that's perpendicular. I hope you know that basic property. So with that, if it is 90, I hope no confusion on that. This here will be 45, 45, which isosceles right angle triangle. Not just that, what you'll simply say is that, sir, cos 45 here will be base upon hypotenuse. What is base? Distance between center and this point. So cos 45 is 1 by root 2 will be distance between h comma k from 3, 4. So that your distance formula you apply, divided by hypotenuse, which is 6. If you square both these sides, what do you get simply is, of course, the locus. I hope you can simplify this. 36 you take here and then you finally get the answer. Everyone with me on this? I hope there is no confusion on that. This is not y minus k. This should be, I have written it as y minus k. This should be y minus 4. So again, the same circle you'll get with the center 3, 4, but its radii will change. So 36 into 1 by 2, that's 18 is what you'll get. Under root 18 will be its radius. Great. Let's mind our language, Yuvraj, right? Let's mind our language, Yuvraj. So I think I'm done with the questions. We are done with math section as well. And let's call it a day. My final conclusion remains same. It was easy. The paper was easy. Absolutely easy. Thank you so much, students. Take a good care of yourself. Good night, everyone.
So next set of questions in physics, let us see. This is the next question. A solenoid is having 10 turns. This is the length and cross section area is this. The induced EMF, I think. Solenoid, the current changes from 2 ampere to 4 ampere in 3.14 second. Then average EMF is, okay. How we write the EMF? It's like you can say inductor. So I can say L di by dt, the magnitude. Okay, L di by dt. What is inductance? Inductance per unit volume is mu naught n square into the length A into L into di by dt. Yes. What is N? N is turns per unit length. This is total number of turns, area into L. Total number of turns divided by the length. So this will become length square here. One length will get cancelled into di by dt. So this is mu naught n square by L into A di by dt. Now put the values. Mu naught is 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 into n square. What is number of turns? 10. 10 square is 100 into area of cross section. What is that? 5 centimeter square. So 5 into 10 to the power minus 4 divided by the length 25 mm. So 25 into 10 to the power minus 3 into di by dt. I can write delta I by delta t. So this is delta A is 2, t is 3.14. So 2 divided by 3.14 is pi. So pi and pi are getting cancelled. 10 to the power minus 3, 4, this is getting cancelled. 5 into 5, yes, 5 into 2, 4 into 4, 16. 4 into 4, this is 16 into 10 to the power minus 7. 16 into 10 to the power minus 7, and I need in microvolt, so this will become 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 6 volts. So 1.6 microvolt. The answer should be 1.6 microvolt. I hope there is no to the power error. Things seems fine. Okay, next question. The direction vector of incident and refracted light are shown. The value of C is, okay, this is the vector, incident ray vector, this is the refracted ray vector. I know I can use Snell's law here. This angle is R, so I will say that mu1 into sine theta is equals to mu2 into sine R. What is mu1? 1 into what is sine theta? Okay, so this is 2 I cap and minus 3 j cap. This is 2, this is 3, this is angle theta. So sine theta will be 2 divided by root of 4 plus 9, 13, fine, is equal to mu2 is 3 by 2 into sine of R. C I cap, this is C, this is 6. Sine R is equals to C divided by root of C square plus 36. Now, can you solve it? This will become 4 there. Okay, I need to square and then I need to solve here. So 2 into 2, 4. 4 square will be 16 divided by 13 is equals to 9c square divided by c square plus 36. Then 16c square plus 16 into 36 is equal to 13 into 9c square, 16 into 36 divided by 13 into 9 minus 16 whole root, this is c. Now this is 4 into 6. 4 into 6 is 24 in the numerator divided by 13 into 9 minus 16. What it is? Let me do the calculations. This is a square root of, wait a minute, yeah, so this is 13 into 9, okay, minus 16, and this comes out to be, okay, not exactly, it's not exactly, I think 101 it is coming. Let me do again, sorry, 13 into 9 minus 16. So this comes out to be 101, yeah, 24 divided by root of, I took square root of 101, that was coming out to be 10 point something. So this is 24 divided by root of 101. Next question. A drop is falling with terminal velocity v1 in gas. The drop splits into 64 identical droplets. Okay. So initially, let us take the radius was r. Now 64, like there's so many small 64. Volume will remain the same, 4 by 3 pi r cube is equals to 64 into 4 by